Iowa for music education. Ladies and gentlemen, Keaton Basinger. Next we have Braden Bacon. Braden, son of Steve and Tammy Bacon. Braden is undecided about his future plans at this time. Ladies and gentlemen, Braden Bacon. Next senior, we have William Bennett. Will's the son of Dennis and Angela Bennett. Will plans to continue his swimming career in college. Ladies and gentlemen, Will Bennett. Next is Guinevere Calvert. Guinevere is the daughter of Adam and Ashley Wernley. Guinevere is planning to attend the University of Iowa and major in social work next fall. Ladies and gentlemen, Guinevere Calvert. Next we have Emma Chase. Emma is the daughter of Bill and Shannon Chase. Next fall, Emma plans to double major in psychology and business. Ladies and gentlemen, Emma Chase. Next up, we have Molly Cook. Molly is the daughter of Don and Julie Cook. Molly plans to finish her associate's degree in BMAC and then transfer for Utah State University. Ladies and gentlemen, Molly Cook. Ladies and gentlemen, up next is Colin Frederick. Colin is the son of Mark and Deanna Frederick. Next fall, Colin will double major in intercultural studies and Bible and theology. Ladies and gentlemen, Colin Frederick. Next we have Taylor Gassman. Taylor is the daughter of Zach and Kate Gassman. Next fall, Taylor will attend the University of Iowa to major in biology and minor in Spanish on the pre-med track. Ladies and gentlemen, Taylor Gassman. Next is Alyssa Gieskin. Alyssa, the daughter of Tanya Gieskin and Tad Tracy. Next fall, Alyssa will go to college to study accounting. Ladies and gentlemen, Alyssa Gieskin. Next up is Patty Hardy. Patty is the son of Mark and Siobhan Hardy. His future plans are undecided at this time. Ladies and gentlemen, Patty Hardy. Next we have Ryan Hart. Ryan is the son of Roger and Kathy Hart. Ryan would like to run track in college. Ladies and gentlemen, Ryan Hart. Next up is Tristan Heinold. Tristan is the daughter of Dustin and Sandra Heinold. Tristan plans to attend Moody Bible Institute and study teaching students of other languages and minor in applied linguistics. Ladies and gentlemen, Tristan Heinold. Next we have Kenzie Hunter. Kenzie is the daughter of Sean and Nicole Hunter. Next fall, Kenzie will attend Iowa State University and study architecture. Ladies and gentlemen, Kenzie Hunter. Next up, Alex Tesler. Alex is the son of Jason and Mary Ann. Alex is studying and major in physics and minor in mathematics next fall and hopes of becoming a theoretical physicist. Ladies and gentlemen, Alex Kessler. Next we have Molly Lancaster. Molly is the daughter of Brett and Jerry Lancaster. Molly plans to attend study psychology. Ladies and gentlemen, Molly Lancaster. Next we have Dawson Livingston. Dawson is the son of Donald and Margaret Livingston. Next fall, Dawson plans to attend DMAC and then transfer to a 4-year university. Ladies and gentlemen, Dawson Livingston. Next up, we have Seth Lars. Seth is the son of Benjamin Michaela Lars. Next fall, Seth will attend the University of Iowa and study pre-med. Ladies and gentlemen, Seth Lars. Next we have Natalie Martin. Natalie's the daughter of Jonathan and Miranda Martin. Next fall, Natalie will attend culinary program at DMAC. Ladies and gentlemen, Natalie Martin. Next up is Angelo Migliero. Angelo is the son of George and Christine Migliero. His future plans are undecided at this time. Ladies and gentlemen, A.J. Migliero. Next up is Julian Randall. Julian is the son of Justin and Lee Renee Randall. Next fall, Julian plans to major in biochemistry. Ladies and gentlemen, Julian Randall. Next up is Adam Sirk. Adam is the son of Paul and Ricky Sirk. Next fall, Adam will study computer science. Ladies and gentlemen, Adam Sirk. Next we have Carter Tracy. Carter is the son of Tad Tracy and Annie Williamson and Jason Williamson. Next fall, Carter plans to attend Iowa State or DMAC for computer sciences. Ladies and gentlemen, Carter Tracy. Next we have Logan Williamson. Logan is the son of Paul and Lori Williamson. Next fall, Logan plans to major in computer engineering. Ladies and gentlemen, Logan Williamson. Next we have Alexander Unidum. Alexander is the son of Beth and Mike Unidum. He plans to major in marine biology and minor in music. Ladies and gentlemen, Alexander Unidum. Ladies and gentlemen, the Norwalk Athletic and Activities Department and the Norwalk Marching Band Program want to thank all of these seniors for their dedication and commitment to the Norwalk Marching Band Program for the fine example they set both on and off the field. We wish each and every one of you the continued success in your future endeavors. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, put your hands together for the 2020 Norwalk Warrior Marching Band Seniors!
You got 15 seconds.
Great.
Mike.
Can you switch to chance? I gotta change batteries.
Okay.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome again to Warriors Stadium in Minersfield, home of the Warriors, for the 2020 season opening game as Norwalk welcomes our visitors, the Indianola Indians, in a non-district football game. Next Friday, the Warriors will travel to ADM to take on the Tigers. For tonight's game are the referee, Gary Greenlee. Our umpire tonight is Tom Severson. Our head linesman is Eric Payne. Our line judge
Hurry's gonna move
is
now.
Zach Winnemeyer. And our back judge is
And
Nat
fix his cables
Newton.
first because they're pretty bad.
of Ben McCartney. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you now stand and remove your caps as the colors of our nation are being presented by Cumming Legion Post number 562. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we honor our nation in the service men and women around the world who serve our country with the playing of our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please remain standing with your hats removed until the colors have left the field. Thank you. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, be sure to watch the Norwalk Warrior Marching Band during halftime performance of tonight's game. The theme for this year's show is 007, featuring the music of James Bond, including James Bond's theme, Diamonds Are Forever. Welcome to Cuba and from Russia with Love. The band's next performance will be right here at our homecoming performance on September 16th. Let's show our support for the Norwalk Warrior Marching Band. Thank you and have a good evening.
brought to you by ACDC as they are coming down the tunnel onto the field.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the middle of the track for a special check presentation by the 100-meter boardwalk. The 100-meter boardwalk is a group of Norwalk fans focused on charitable giving in and around the community. 100-meter boardwalk was founded in 2016. It's had a significant impact in our community over the years. This group of men has donated $162,500 to Norwalk and Des Moines charities. Some of the charities that have donated to over the years for our community are the Norwalk Food Bank, Ruth Harper Home, and Foundation, the Gift Foundation for Warren County's own Freedom Rock in Norwalk, Norwalk Community School District, Wildwood Hills Ranch, and the Norwalk Area Ministerial Association. Tonight, 100 men of Norwalk are presenting a check for $9,200 to the Norwalk School for the purchase of PPE for all of our students, teachers, and administrators. Currently, the 100 men of Norwalk have 115 members, but they're looking for a few more men to join the crowd. If you'd like to know more about this effort, please visit www.100menofnorwalk for more information. Thank you to this group of men for their generous donation and support of our school and our community. Thank you.
Grab that right there. Are you ready? Is you ready? You say you ready. Whole squad ready. Is you ready? Are you ready? Is you ready? Whole squad ready. We came here to see Jeff. What you got? No. Not on my watch. No way. Bring what you got. I'm going to the top. You can bring what you got. I'm going to the top. Bring what you got. Bring what you got. I'm going to the top. I'm going to the top. Are you ready? You know what time it is, right? They don't want us to make it. So what time it take? Ride with them killers sometimes to see who be real and they know.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Norwalk High School and Warrior Stadium. At this time, we ask that you please direct your attention to the video board for tonight's starting lineup. For your Warrior offense,
Max Jurgens, senior, number 2. Sam Eggers, senior, number 21. Ethan Carlson, senior, number 12. Chase McKinney, senior, number 13. Nick Parker, senior, number 9. Dylan Range, sophomore, number 5. Nick Sexton, senior, 70. Justin Hayes, junior, 69. Devin Herrick, senior, number 66. Otter Gillespie, senior, number 67. Caleb Greenslick, senior, number 53.
and now for your Warrior defense.
Tristan Duncan, senior, number 51. Jason Kritzler, senior, number 77. Max Warching Johnson, sophomore, number 56. Hayden Abbott, senior, number 38. Joe Brando, senior, number 40. Jack Wallace, senior, number 33. DJ Harris, sophomore, number 34. Ryan Tompkins, senior, number 11. Kate Schmidt, senior, number 15. Tracy Davis, junior, number 23. Brett Larson, senior, number 1.
And on special teams tonight,
Max Griffins, senior, number 2. Chase McKinney, senior, number 13.
Both teams split 4 games. And so 2-2 with each school's victories coming as the visiting team. So let's not hope that is a precursor for tonight's game with Indianola being the visiting team. But we'll see what happens. So yeah, exciting stuff. Just a beautiful evening. Again, I say right now it's in the low 80s. Flags are barely moving in the south end zone. It looks like the Warriors are going to receive. Indianola is kicking towards the north. So let's see, like I say, I'm going to throw a disclaimer again. TG is out of here, and he's usually got all my good stuff for me. But looks like the kicker for Indianola is Mr. Stephen Clark, and he's a junior this year, so he's going to have another year for the Indianola Indians. There's the kickoff. It's going down to about the 15-yard line. Taken by Grant Larson. Grant runs to the right side, gains about 6-7 yards before getting pushed a yard back on the Norwalk side. So great field position, 21, 22-yard line, depends on where they're going to spot it for us. So we'll take a look here what they got. Coach Patterson's got the offensive huddle on the sidelines there, got himself a play called, it looks like. Warriors take the field. Offense already lining up in their formation. Ball is on the 23-yard line, right hash. They got 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Quarterback sends the running back in motion up to the line. Looks like it's going to be a quick stop route across the middle. Great catch there. Great run up to about the 35-yard line. Great first play to get rolling. We weren't deep in territory or anything like that, but definitely bought some breathing room there. That was a great first play by Coach Patterson there. Gives the quarterback a quick, pretty much given reception there, and completion and reception, and just gets him going, just kind of takes the load off the quarterback there for a little bit, just to get a deep breath. There's a snap. He rolls to his left. He's looking the field, throws the ball, and it is incomplete, just out of the reach of the receiver. Max Jurgens, the quarterback tonight, he is a senior, 6'2", 205 pounds. That's going to bring up 2nd and 10 for the Warriors on the 34-yard line. Ball is on the right hash. Coaches are signaling the formation from the sidelines. Look like we're going to have 4 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, empty backfield. Jurgens barking out the calls, sends guy in motion. That's Chase McKinney in motion. He gives him the handoff. He's running to his left side, gain of about 3-4 yards on the play. That's going to bring up a 3rd and medium, 3rd and long. So we'll see where they give us a spot. It doesn't look too favorable. Looks going to be about the 37-yard line. Ball's going to be on the left hash, but there is a penalty flag on the field. Indianola player is saying that's against the Warriors, but we'll see if number 54, Jalen Smith, knows what he's talking about. We'll have to wait and see what everybody says here. And it does appear the refs are talking to the Indianola coaching to see what they want to do. They are moving the Warriors back, holding call. That's going to bring a repeat of a 2nd down and going to give the Warriors an extra about 10 yards to work with. So we're looking at around 2nd and 20 right now. Ball is on the left hash. 3 receivers to Jurgens' right side, 1 back behind him. Pistol formation. There's the snap. It's looks like a little read right up the middle. The ball was given to the running back, and a gain of about 5 yards it looks like. Can't quite make out the number there. It looks like that's number 21, San Agers. He's a senior as well, 5'9", 170 pounds. Norwalk coaches signaling in the formation here. The guys line up, discuss what it is they're doing. They look around. Quarterback's checking things out here, calling out some signals. He's got 3 receivers to his right side. Looks like Indianola's bringing a little bit of a blitz. Norwalk picks it up. Oh, that looked like the defender was there a little bit early, but nonetheless, no flag. So apparently I'm wrong on that. That was number 30, Jacob Dar for Indianola, breaking that play up. He's a senior, 5'11", 190. So he came to play tonight apparently, but I think he was a bit early. But hey, that's how it goes. My call up here doesn't count down there on the field. So, all right, that's going to bring up 4th down for the Warriors. 4th and 15, deep in Warrior territory on the 27. Got punting formation out there, man in motion. It's kind of an odd punting formation, but there is the punt off to the right side. Looks like number 23 is going to take that. That's Kale Kolerick, and he's running to his left and stood up pretty good by the Warriors. Minimal gain on that, but the Indianola Indians are going to have very favorable field position when the offense comes on the field. It's like they're going to spot that on. It's calling that a 12-yard return, but anyway, field position, they're going to start on the 45 on their side of the field. Indians are working from the south to the north. Offense breaks the huddle, brings them up. Quarterback's number 7, Brady Blake, 6'10". Looks, if this is right, Brady is a sophomore. So hand off to his left-hand side. He's fighting, man. Goodness sakes, he was pounding for some yards there. That looks like that. I think that was 23. Again, that's Kale Kolerick. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Second down and 6, so there's 4 yards on the play. Indianola is still on their side of the field on the 49-yard line, just shy of the 49. Norwalk defense lining up, looking over the sideline, seeing what Coach Scallon's got called in for them. And they line up, see where their keys are. Indianola comes to the line, looks like a man in motion. That's number 9 there, John McGinnis. And quarterback hands that ball off, and he's fighting for yards. Going to be shy of the first down, but they are on Norwalk's side of the field right now on about the 46-yard line. That's going to bring up a third and a long one. Too many Warriors there on the stop to start rattling off numbers to you. Your guy's name, we'll just say there were more defensive players there than there weren't. So number 7, Brady Blake out there looking around, calling the plays. He slaps his hand and tries to pull the Warriors offside. Didn't work there. He's checking the sidelines to see what coach wants done, licks his hands, and here comes the snap. And it's going to be a handoff right up the middle. And at first blush, boy, the Warriors stopped him, had him stood up. That was a great second effort there by Kolerick, gaining that first down and moving the chains for the Indianola Indians. So that is the first down of the game right there. It's going to give the Indians a 1st and 10, and the ball is on the 44-yard line, closer to the left hash. Indianola breaks the huddle. Let's see what they can bring. Let's see if Coach Scallon and Livingston dial up a little something blitz-wise, see if they do anything. They've got somebody showing it there, and they back off, send one. It's a handoff up the middle to Kolerick, and he's good for about 4 yards there, right up the middle. One quick juke, and young man falls forward, that's for sure. There's much contact happening there, but he's sure finding a way to fall forward, so that's always good for an extra yard anyway. Personnel change for Indianola, couple in, couple out. See what that brings. Brady Blake calling the play there in the huddle, breaks the huddle. Looks like he's got one running back behind him. That's Jackson Morawski. Got 2 receivers wide to his left. It's a little read option there. He fakes the handoff up the middle and keeps it around to his left side. Blake does. And minimal gain, but a couple yards. Now they're going to give him a few more than that, but that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 4. Well, announcer's saying it's a long 3, but from where I'm at, it's a 4. So Blake goes to the sidelines, talks to the coach quick, comes running back to the huddle. They break the huddle. Let's see what Norwalk defense can do with this here. Got a little bit of room to gamble maybe. Blake has 2 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. And quick slant. And it is broken up. As the pass was just a little bit behind the receiver, and Carter Erickson. But the defensive back for the Warriors was right there, ready to go, and made contact. So although that pass was a little behind the receiver, definitely could have been caught. I'm going to give the break up to the defense of Norwalk there to break up that. So great stance by Norwalk, only allowing 1 first down on that drive. And see, we're back here. Indianola's in a punt formation. And he kind of shanks it there a little bit. I don't know where they're going to spot that. Oh, Norwalk fumbles the ball. Indianola is indicating on the field that they have it, and the ref agrees. Doggone it. That's too bad. Norwalk had a shot there on the sidelines and fumbled that punt reception there. That was number 12, Ethan Carlson. You usually don't see mistakes like that from Mr. Carlson. He's been playing a few years. He's a senior this year. He knows what he's doing out there, and you know, mistakes just happen. These young guys out there. So get the defense back on the field and get them rallied up here and see if we can't put a hurt on Indianola. A timeout on the field right now. I'm not sure who called the timeout. They're both still showing 3 on the scoreboard. So it could just be a water timeout. It is a little warm out here, but see what's going on. I don't see anybody hurt anywhere. I don't see anything. So I'm not sure what the timeout was for. So we'll just call it a water timeout. Sounds good to me. I'll have a little drink of water myself. Masks are hot up here, doggone it. You know, we got some cross-country stuff coming up. I believe it's tomorrow with Pella, and then Winterset later on in the week. So come out, support support your cross-country runners from Norwalk. All right, Indianola breaks the huddle. There's 7:08 left to go in the first quarter. This is the first down and 10 to go, both on the 22-yard line. Blake's calling the plays. He's got 2 running backs there, and it's a handoff, and it's right up the middle. Indianola sure likes to looks like they're just trying to run things right up the middle on the Norwalk defense. I don't know if they think they've found something or watched film and said it's weak there or what it is, but that was a handoff to Cale Kalarick. And he seems to be the workhorse right now for Indianola. Blake breaks the huddle. Looks like we've got a running back in motion now, back and forth. It's going to be a handoff to Kalarick again to his right side this time. And 3, 4, 5 Warriors come in to make the play. I don't know what he got there. I'm going to tell you here shortly. That's going to bring up a 3rd down, and I'm going to call it 3. So ball's on the 15-yard line on the right hash. I don't know how the kicker is, if they're in field goal range or not. That would be about a 32-yard field goal from where they're at. So, all right, Blake brings his offense up to the side, claps his hands there. And there's a snap. It's a handoff to Kalarick right up the middle, and he was met by a Warrior in the backfield. Kalarick's a tough little guy, though. God dang, he put his head down and met the Warrior and still got forward. I don't know if he got enough for the first down. Nope, the refs are showing 4th down. Boy, Kalarick was hit in the backfield. There was a stick there by a Warrior defensive player. And Kalarick still fell forward again and minimal gain, but that's going to bring up a 4th and short. It looks like they're going for it, I believe. Oh, looks like Norwalk took a timeout. Apparently Coach Patterson didn't like what he saw out there, or Scallon called the timeout. I'm not sure, but Scallon's meeting his defensive squad out on the 20-yard line. Talk about things that might be happening here. So get the young men all keyed up. You never know what's going to happen. They could just come to the line, and they almost got the Warriors on an offsides call earlier in that first drive before the punt. And so, you know, a 4th and short, that could have been an offensive call there just to mimic that snap with the clap of the hand, see if we could get a Warrior to jump. That'd be a free first down. So I wouldn't be above trying to call that. There's a few times I did in my career, so that I can sure understand that. That's for sure. All right, Scallon breaks his huddle and sends his defensive unit back onto the field. We got 5:23 to go in the first quarter here. It is still 4th and short. I'm going to call it less than a yard. And, oh, that's weird. Blake breaks the huddle, but he's out as the receiver. I hope the Norwalk defense has picked this up. It's a direct snap to Klarick, who runs to his right side and then picks a hole and goes ahead for the first down. I sure hope Norwalk has spotted what went on there. They broke the huddle. The quarterback ran off and played a receiver spot. Direct snap to the running back, and enough for a first down here. So we've got first and goal to go from the 10-yard line. So Indianola's got 3 to 4 chances here to see what they can get, if they can get the ball in the end zone. Blake has 2 receivers to his left, sends a back in motion to his right, and it's a handoff to the right-hand side. That was number 35 carrying the ball, and that would be Trenton Nicholson, who is a junior, 5'11", 215. He packs a little punch there. Picks up about 3, but there is a penalty flag on the field, so I don't know what they've got. Indianola's not acting too favorably, so I'm going to go ahead and go out on a limb here and say this is going to be against Indianola, which seems that I am correct. They are moving the ball back. They're going to go back to the 20, so I'm assuming a holding call. Yep. Offensive lineman number 56 on a holding call. That's Ben Moffitt. He's a senior this year. Unfortunately, that's about the only time you get to hear those young men's name on the offensive line, is when something like that goes awry. But that'll replay first down, so that gives Indianola a long first and goal from the 20-yard line. Blake has 2 receivers to his left, 2 backs with him deep in the shotgun. There's the snap. He rolls to his left. He's surveying the field, and he throws out here to number 4 on the Warriors sidelines. And receivers fighting for yards, gets out of bounds around the 8-yard line, number 4. That's Carter Erickson, who's a junior, 6'2", 185. So that's going to bring 2nd and 8, well, 2nd and 9 right now, 2nd and goal for Indianola. That was a gain of 11, so that was just a nice little pitch and catch there, and some good fighting for the receiver there to get some extra yards for the Indians. Blake went all the way to the sideline there and now has made his way all the way to the left hash. Breaks the huddle there. He's got 2 receivers. Looks like a back was in motion a little bit early, but that's Klarick running to his right side. He just flat out run a couple of Warriors, had the angle on him, and the Warriors had the angle, but Klarick just flat out run him, got into the end zone there on that play. So that's going to bring the Indians up above the Warriors 6-0 right now. First score of the game with 4:16 to go in the first quarter. Well, that was pretty tough on the Warriors there. They had them stopped on their first drive, and then the muffed punt that happened, and give the Indians the ball right back. You know, the defense kind of let down a little bit and had to get right back on the field. There's the snap and the kick, and it is good. That's number 3, Steven Stark out there. Put it through the uprights to give the Indians a 7-0 lead over Norwalk. So back to what I was saying, that was pretty tough. Defensive had to stop and forced the Indians into a punting situation. And the Warriors muff the punt and give the ball right back. So defense had to thought their job was done, had to quickly turn around and strap their helmets back on and get out there, and that was a pretty tough little drive against the Warriors, doggone it. So let's see if Scallon and Schmitz and Livingston get them wound up again and get their heads put back on and calm some things down. Get them to just do their job. It's all they got to do. Their job, nobody else's. All right, pretty decent crowd here going on. It's good to see, especially with all the stuff going on. And honestly, who's surprised that we're actually listening to a high school football game on a Friday night? I know I kind of am with everything going on in the world. I'll leave my personal opinions out of it. So I'm just glad to be here, glad to be calling the game, watching just one of the best sports ever, high school football, on a beautiful, beautiful Friday night at the beginning of September. So it just, sometimes life don't get any better. So Warriors are lined up in their kickoff return formation. Got number 3 back there for Indianola, lining it up to kick it off. That's Steven Stark again. trying to make out the numbers for the Warriors, who's deep. I just can't quite make the numbers out on the black jerseys, but that appears to be number 12, who's Ethan Carlson, and grabs the ball, runs to his right side, gets up to 25, and he's fighting. Doggone it, he fought for a couple extra yards there, just showing that he's a little ready to go down there, trying to make up for the mistake on the punt. So that was a great job, great return, showed some grit in that. Got stood up and fought for a couple extra yards, fell forward. What a great job by that young man. That's going to give the Warriors a 1st and 10 on the 27-yard line. We'll see what Coach Patterson can do here, what he's got up his sleeve. We got 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. And we'll see what Max Jurgens can do with this. He barks the signals, drops back, and tucks the ball and runs up the field. So looks like he gained 3 to 4 on that. We'll see where they spot it, but that's I would bet that's exactly designed what that was to be, just a quarterback draw, little quarterback lead right up the middle there. Well, they're going to call it a 5-yard gain there, so that's going to bring up a 2nd and 5. That's you got to love those numbers. That opens up the playbook a little bit on the 2nd and 5. So got 3 receivers to Jurgens' right-hand side, 1 to his left, and Indian got, great hard count. Great job by the quarterback there. Oh, one of my favorite things to do ever is have the quarterback to mess up those snap counts. The defense gets all comfortable and cocky and think they know what's going on, and then you give them a hard count or mess up that snap count on them, and that's an easy 5 yards there. We got a whistle by the ref. I'm not sure what they're saying. Oh, they're moving the chains, so they're going to take that. They were going to say that was a 2nd and short, but they went ahead and called it a 1st down. So that's Norwalk's 1st down of the game, moving the chains. So we got 3 receivers to the right side, 1 to the left, 1 back right next to Jurgens' right-hand side. He calls a man in motion. That's number 13, Chase McKinney. And it looks like a little quarterback ISO up the right side there, right side, middle side. San Eggers out there trying to give a lead block for Max. And they're going to say they didn't get anything on that. Lost about a half a yard, I guess. So my vantage point's a little different from up here than on the field. That doesn't seem quite how that should have gone. But anyway, here we are. Jurgens got 3 receivers to his left, 1 to his right, running back to his immediate right in the shotgun. There's the snap. He drops back, surveys the field, pump fakes once, tucks the ball. Up the field he goes to his left-hand side, gain of about 8 yards. That's a great job by Max, seeing nothing downfield for him, so he just tucks the ball and gets what he can there. So they're going to give him 7, I guess, not 8. Again, my vantage point apparently is different than on the field. Irritates me. Going to bring up a 3rd and 3 now for the Warriors. 3 receivers to Jurgens' right-hand side, 1 to his left in tight. Got a back behind him, shotgun, pistol formation. Here we go. Oh, tried the hard count, didn't quite work. Going to hand the ball right up the middle, but nothing doing. Stopped in the backfield. Got a lineman blown clear back into the play. That's not a good way to do that on a 3rd and 3. So that's going to make the Warriors, I would say, at this field position, more than likely bring out the punt team, which that's who looks like is taking the field. We'll see if special teams coach out there has any kind of trickeration up his sleeve. But my opinion, not really the position of the field to do it, but I've seen worse too. So we'll see what Norwalk does here. We're going to send a man in motion, see how the defense adjusts to that. Looks like the defensive line stemming a little bit. And there's a little punt there, and it's bouncing. Takes it about the 22-yard line, and that's Klarick again running to his right-hand side. And they pick him up about the 35, 37-yard line on Indianola's side of the field. It's about a 15-yard return there, it looks like, something like that, 10 to 15 yards anyway. It's going to bring the defense back on the field, so let's see what our defensive coaches have to see if they made any kind of changes, anything, or if they just give them a little pep talk here on the side to get their heads on straight.
Just a 2-minute timeout.
Nope, got a 2-minute timeout for something, so it looks like probably just a water timeout. Maybe a chance to get the COVID off the field, I'm not sure. Either way, 2-minute timeout. So back to what I was saying earlier with this beautiful evening, all that stuff. We've got a pretty dang good crowd here at at Warrior Stadium, beautiful mine art field. And Indianola's got a great crowd. They traveled well, it looks like. Even the old stadium up to the west of the coaching booths up here. It appears the band's over there hanging out and, practicing the social distancing, all that stuff. But it just a great atmosphere, beautiful weather. Just couldn't ask for anything better on Friday night. Goodness sakes. Let's see what I got going on here. 79 degrees now, so it's dropped a few degrees. And I know later in the season when we talk about dropping a few degrees, it's going to mean that it's cold. But right now at the beginning of the season, just beautiful weather, beautiful field, crowd in attendance, just gorgeous. Great to see all of it. That's a great testament to the Norwalk school administration for figuring how to work this, work around this, work through this. Great stuff. So Indianola offense on the ball, 1st and 10. There's the snap, and it's a handoff to Cleric again up to the middle right-hand side. And looks like they're just going to run that horse. So that looks like a gain of about 4 yards for Indianola. That's going to bring a 2nd and 6 for the Norwalk defense to work with. Defense looking over at the sidelines, getting the calls from Scallon, see what they are wanting them to do. So they get the call, check the wristbands, and line up. Indianola breaks the huddle. Looks like we've got a left formation. Quarterback again in the shotgun. Running back behind him with Cleric, and it's a handoff to the right side, and he's another 4 yards or so, 3 to 4 yards. And right now he just seems a bit unstoppable. And I think Indianola's tried, I know one pass for sure, maybe 2. But anytime you can run the ball at 3 to 4 yards a pop, you don't need to throw. Just keep running it. You're going to just continually move the chains and just dare the defense to stop you. So there we go. Oh, quick. That was a weird deal right there. The ball was snapped. No, most of the Indianola offense wasn't ready for that, it looked like. But the ball was snapped, so that's a legal play. And they're going to give them a 1st down on that. So, dang. That's just too bad to see. Whew. That puts the defense in a bad situation like that, because defense, we taught to read our keys and do things like that. And if your guy doesn't do anything, how are you supposed to react to that? And so I'm going to say that was kind of a broken play there by Indianola, but it did work out to their favor. So that's going to happen. You're going to have that every now and then. So usually I like to see those breaks go the opposite way for Norwalk, but that's not the case this time. So that's the end of the 1st quarter tonight. And score is 7 Indianola, 0 Norwalk Warriors. So we'll see if we can't get this thing turned around here a little bit, doggone it. So right now Cleric just seems to be taking the game single-handedly and doing kind of whatever he wants to straight up the gut of the Norwalk Warrior defense. So we're either going to have to shore that up or not sure what we're going to have to do with that. So let's see what we got going on here. Let's see, next week the Warriors travel to ADM, Adel de Soto Minburn, to play the Tigers in the district game beginning at 7 o'clock. And 9th grade game will be played on the Thursday, that following Thursday at ADM, and the JV will host here in town ADM on the following Monday. So, all right, here we go, start of the 2nd quarter, and Norwalk is going to be driving the ball to the south. So they break the huddle and got a man in motion. There's the snap, and it's going to be a rollout, fake handoff, and a rollout to quarterback's left. Number 35 right there for a huge gain on that. Goodness sakes, got everybody sleeping and biting hard on that run game. That was complete there to Trenton Nicholson for the Warriors. That was just a play action pass, or a play action, and faked a handoff off to his right side, and then tucked the ball and sprinted out to his left, and had 35 there crossing the middle and just dumped the ball to him. That's pretty good gain there. Of course, everybody on their heels for the run, and caught Norwalk sort of sleeping there. So, all right, there's the snap. He bobbles the snap, rolls to his right. He throws the ball down the field quite a way. He had a step on the defensive guy. That's Mark Pepper out there that couldn't quite get to the ball. Norwalk Warriors on the play was Grant Larson, and we had Kane. Oh, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Kine Tompkins. Ooh. Sorry about that. If your mom or dad or grandma and grandpa listening out there, I'm sorry if I blew his name, but I'll get the vernacular right on that, I promise. So, all right, that's going to bring up a 2nd and 10 for Indianola. Ball looks to be about the 42, 43-yard line. It's a handoff to Klarick off to the left side. And he was met by a Warrior there on the 40-yard line, and Klarick ran through that, but ended up bringing him down with his shoestrings there. So that's going to bring up a 3rd down, 3rd medium, 3rd and long. It all depends on how coach wants to look at that. So about a 3rd and 7, I think, is what they're showing on the scoreboard right now. So CJ Cool comes running into the huddle there. He's a quarterback. See what he's got for the Warriors right now. There's the snap, and he rolls out to his right-hand side, throws back for a little screen pass to his left. There's one Warrior out there to shut that down. That was a great job staying home, playing the play you need to play. That was fantastic job of the Norwalk Warriors. I cannot get the number out there for that young man because I'd sure like to give him his credit due. But he did exactly what we used to teach him. Play your job, play your role. Stay home when you're supposed to stay home. Don't bite on that stuff, and he did a fantastic job at it. So stopped it from what appeared to probably be a for sure 1st down there, but that's going to bring the Indians to a 4th down. Ball's on the 35-yard line. Punt team is out there. See what they're going to do. They punt the ball, and it bounces on the 6 and goes right into the end zone. So that's a good job by the Warriors there to let that ball bounce, and that's going to bring it out for us to the 20. So that's a good play there, allowing that to be a touchback, get the Warriors a little bit of breathing room. Indianola had a chance there to pin us kind of deep. I'd tried to get the punter to kick that more to the sidelines and hopefully pin them down there, but didn't get that done. So that brings the ball out midfield now on the 20-yard line for the Warriors. They're working from the south to the north towards the halftime room. Got 2 receivers to the right and 1 to the left. Back in the back, he drops back, fires to his right-hand side, little out route right there. He's met right away, but looks like a gain of 1. Maybe they'll give him 2 on that. Not sure where they'll spot that. So that was a great single play out there by Indianola. One guy, 1v1 out there, just one guy versus one guy, and the Indianola young man stood up to the challenge there and took him down. That's going to bring up a 2nd and 8. Ball is on the right hash. We'll see what Juergens has here. He sends a man in motion, and he takes a snap and runs to his right, and there's an Indian right there in his way. So he tucks the ball up midfield there, up in the middle of the field. Gain of about 2 to 3. We'll see where they mark it. So it's going to bring up a 3rd down for the Warriors, about a 3rd and 4 from my vantage point. At least that's what the scoreboard is telling me. So Juergens brings the Warriors to the line. He's got 3 receivers to his right, 1 to his left, back in the backfield. Here's the snap. Sends it to the running back, and he tries to keep the ball around to his right-hand side, and he loses yards on it. Looks like they're going to spot him a yard loss on that. Defense just too tough right there up front for our Warriors. So looks like Patterson's sending out the punt team here. Schmidt's making the call down on the field. Special teams coach Brandon Schmitz. Give him a little love. Number 23 deep, that's Klarick. I want to say, yes, that is. Kale Klarick back deep. He's about the 40-yard line for Indianola. And Warriors line up to punt. Man in motion. There's the snap, and there's the kick. Trying to get it off to Kolarik's left-hand side, not give him much room to run back with. That was exactly what we designed that for. Ball lands about a yard out of bounds, about the 28-yard line. So good little change of field position there. Got another 2-minute timeout. So I'm assuming these are just water breaks, it looks like. So all right, we're going to get a little love to some of the coaches here on staff. And you know what, who we're going to start with? We're just going to start with the man himself, the guy that runs this whole dang thing. Coach Paul Patterson, I coached under him for years, have the utmost respect for that man. Saw him when I started where the Norwalk football program it was at that time to where that program was when I had to leave my position here. And where it stands today, just unreal, unbelievable the things this man has done. This is his 21st year as a Warriors head coach and 23rd year in the football program. Overall record, 105 wins and 82 losses as the head coach. Under his direction, Warriors have qualified for the state football playoffs 8 times in the last 9 years, including a state championship runner-up finish in 2015, which I got to be able to coach in that. So. He has 2 sons, Jacob and Will, and is married to Christy. So give a little love out here. We're going to start something new this year. All right, Indianola breaks the huddle. They come up to the line. Quarterback has 2 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Got a running back deep, Kolarek there. Turns around to his left, hands it to Kolarek, and then the Warriors are there to stand him up and drive him back. Got some life in him. That away. We're going to figure out who that was, 41 for the Warriors. That is going to be, I don't even have a 41 on my program. How embarrassing is that? Goodness sakes. Try to give somebody some love, and I can't even do that. Hunter, that's who was in on it. Nope, got a whistle here. Looks like Indianola's taking a timeout. So I'm hunting my program real quick here for Hunter's first name. Not having much luck with that. I'm at a loss, just at a loss. Doggone it. Well, Norwalk lit him up, though, I'll say. That's awesome to see. I like that. There was some life. There was some little pisticity in that one. I enjoyed that very much. Give the ball to their Indianola's workhorse of Kolarek right up the middle, where they seem to think they can just do what they want to, and just a host of Warriors right there to stand him up and drive him back and lay him on his backside. So that's a wonderful job. I like that. I like to see that. Got some life. Not saying we didn't, but sometimes just a simple little play like that is enough to turn the tide a little bit. So let's see what we can get rolling here. That's going to bring, they lost yardage on that one, I'll say. So that's going to bring up a 2nd and 11 for the Indians. They break the huddle. Kolarek deep there at the running back again. Let's see, we got a receiver on each side for Indianola. Norwalk showing a little something coming to the line, and they bring it. Get the ball to Kolarek. He kind of sidesteps a little bit and gains of about, falls forward again. Gains, looks like they're going to give him 5, I think. Going to bring up a 3rd and 5. So that's kind of a weird place in the playbook there. That 3rd and 5. You got a lot of stuff for 3rd and short and a lot of stuff for 3rd and long. So which way do you go here for the offensive coach for Indianola? He's got a decision here. I would assume they're going to run Kolarek, or as they did the last drive, a little sprint out here, a play action sprint out. Norwalk showing a little bit of something, and it's a handoff to the right-hand side, and there's a Warrior right there. Oh, heck yeah, to trip him up in the backfield. He stayed at it. That was Cale Brandow. I can give that guy some love. I saw his number. Met him in the backfield, and Kolarek tried to outrun him, and young man just would not give up. So that ended up being a 3 or 4 yard loss right there. That's going to bring up 4th down and 8. So that's a great job. Like I said earlier, sometimes all it takes is one simple play to kind of light everybody up internally, and that seemed to do it on this drive for Norwalk defense. So There's a snap. Here comes the punt. And, oh, it was close to a block. And a fair catch called out there on about the 35-yard line. And that's Ethan Carlson again, fair catch. And the Warriors will take over, 1st and 10. 6:03 to go here in the first half. Got the Warriors get another possession here. Let's see what they can do with this, see what Patterson can dial up. Get some things rolling here with Max. Max Jurgens out there as the quarterback. So he's already directing guys, discussing things with his receivers, pointing stuff. He's getting things the way he wants them. Jurgens has 2 receivers to his left, 3 to his right, so he's got an empty backfield. Sends a man in motion to his left to right. He sprints out to his right there, and that was a pass there. It hit the dirt. So I think I'm not sure if that was just an errant pass or he was just throwing it to be done with things. He was being chased down by a tribe of Indians there coming after him. So maybe that was a safe play, what he felt. So he lines the offense back up. They check their wristbands and see what coaches are wanting from him. He's got 4 receivers to his right, 1 to his left, empty backfield. See what Jurgens wants here. Offensive line's calling out their guys, sends a man in motion left to right, and he hands the ball off to the right. That's number 21, San Eggers there, and boy, side to side, Indianola Indians got this stuff figured out, moving from side to side. They got no problems with it, so they're kind of daring Norwalk to bring it on. Brought down on the play, that was Sam Hildreth there for the Indians. They're going to give him a gain of 1, so that's a 3rd and long. So we're looking at 3rd and 8 here, and I'm going to say that's a long 8. 3 receivers to Jurgens, 1 to the right, and running back in the backfield with him, steps up, making the call. And there's the snap. He drops back, 3-step drop, and he's got some guys running after him. Goodness sakes, he tucks the ball, runs to his right side, gain of about 1, nothing going there. He don't have time to set up and survey the field. He's just got people breathing down his neck. That's a tough thing for a quarterback to have to do there. Look downfield, but then pay attention to the guys who's breathing down his throat. So, goodness sakes, nothing working too good there for the Norwalk offense. Indianola defense just kind of daring him to do anything. So, all right, Norwalk's punt formation here. Sends a man in motion. The snap will follow shortly, and it'll be a kick from the left to the right. Pin him down at the, not quite the sidelines there. Oh, looked like there was a block in the back right there, but no flags on the field. First guy down there was Mr. Grant Larson for Norwalk, but he's also shoved in the back, so kind of shoved out of the play. Got another 2-minute timeout here, so got to keep the young man hydrated. Sounds good to me too. Voice is getting a little gravelly out here in this air. Air's kind of thick tonight. Flags are not moving at all, and I think the sound like they were having a little fun over there in the press box, announcing about the concession stand. Concession stand is open. The smell of Friday night. I just can't say enough about Friday nights. Gotta love it. Got some music happening. You know the neighbors of the stadium here. That's just kind of part of how it is on a Friday night in Norwalk. The music going, announcing going, bright lights, city lights, all that good stuff, and beautiful smells. Warriors out tonight in all black, and kind of hard to read out there as they're on the field. We've got all black uniforms with purple numbers, so please forgive me if I don't call your young man's name out or your grandson's name out. I try to see what is going on out there, but it's a little difficult here. So All right, Indianola breaks the huddle. He bobbles the snap. He rolls to his left, dumps the ball out, number 80, and there is nobody around him. Gain of 12 yards. Goodness sakes, there was not a Norwalk person around him for, I would bet, 10 yards. I don't know where he come from. That had to have been a blown coverage somehow there. So somebody was double covered, shouldn't have been. But the young man steps out of bounds. That was number 80 that caught that pass, and that is Mark Pepper from Indianola. He's a senior this year, 6'1", 165 pounds. So, all right, they break the huddle, send a man in motion. That's number 4. That's Carter Erickson in motion from his right to his left. Quarterback takes the snap, hands it off to Kalarick, and the Norwalk Warriors seem to kind of have his number right now. He is trying to run to his right side, and just a host of Warriors right there taking care of business. Great job, Norwalk front line, and linebackers filling like they should have. Number 33 on the play, that's Jack Wallace. He's a senior this year for Norwalk, 5'9", 175. He came to play tonight, so that's a great job by that young man. They're young men. So there's a few other guys in there, just couldn't see the numbers soon enough. All right, Indianola breaks the huddle. Number 7 bringing him to the line, Brady Blake again. Got 2 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. He rolls to his right, surveys the field. He stands up, fires, and it is picked off. Number 1, Grant Larson right there to make the play for Norwalk Warriors. Give them some life. That's awesome. Great job right there. Stepped right in front of that pass. That was a bullet pass from Blake. But Grant Larson come to play, stood right there and stepped in front of the receiver and brought down the interception for Norwalk. Norwalk's got 3 minutes and 28 seconds to work with in this first half, late in the second quarter, but they've got the ball right now on the 38-yard line. So let's see what we can do. Hopefully the young men up front can give Juergens a little bit of time to survey the field and let a ball fly every now and then, but we'll see what they got for us. They line up, 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. We've got a running back in the backfield with him. And there's the snap. He takes a couple steps, drop, and got pressure right away. He tucks, goes up the middle off to his right-hand side, and gain of a short yard. Goodness sakes, it just nothing rolling right now for the Norwalk offense. Too much pressure up front by the Indianola Indians. Norwalk lines up, 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Running back right next to Juergens. Long count, there's the snap. Drops back, fires the ball, slant route, it's caught over midfield, and he's fighting. There's a whole host of Warriors coming in to push him forward. Doggone it, love it. Love that fight, love that. Number 12 on the catch there, that's Ethan Carlson. That's a great job. Juergens had a little bit of time. It looked like a quick slant route there right over the middle. So that's going to bring a 1st and 10 for the Warriors with the clock running at 2:35 to go. Juergens lines him up, 3 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Calling out the signals. There's the snap. He drops back, and he's got time. He lets the ball fly over the middle. He's got a receiver. Oh, and he drops the ball at about the 15-yard line. Doggone it, it was there too. Shoot, that's Chase McKinney down there he tried to hit. That was just a beautiful touch football laid out there across midfield there by Juergens, and just couldn't get tracked down by Chase McKinney there. Dang it, that was excited. I don't know if you could hear that in my voice or not, but woohoo. All right, that brings 2nd and 10 with 2:22 to go here in the first half. Juergens lines him up, 3 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. It's looked like a handoff up the middle, but a little quarterback option. He's got the ball. He's midfield. He's at the 15. He's at the 10, the 5, and he's down at the 4. Goodness sakes. Whew, exciting. Oh, there's a flag on the field. Doggone it, don't like to see that. Ball is spotted right now at the 4-yard line. The flag is laying at about the 30-yard line, although they are pointing to the Indianola side of things, so we'll see how this plays out. Sorry if I yelled in your ear, folks, there. That was exciting. That was a great job by the young quarterback to just drop that ball, and boy, it looked like he was at a dance, and he is listening to the music on his way down the field right there. Great job. So that's going to bring up, that is against Indianola. Penalty is declined. We'll take the, oh, they even moved it closer, so that's half the distance to the goal. And that brings the Warriors first and goal at the 2-yard line. Juergens brings the offense up. He's got 3 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. He's got the running back in the backfield. There's the snap. It's a quarterback lead right up the middle. He's down to inside the 1-yard line right now. Clock is running, under 2 minutes to go. What a turn of events here, and I'm going to tell you, I'm going to go back to that play where they stood up Kalarick in the backfield. 3-4 Warriors just stood him up and laid him on his back, and ever since that play, that Norwalk Warriors have got some life in them. And I tell you, sometimes all it takes is one silly little play like that to just get people fired up and get their minds right. And that sure seems to what has happened tonight right now, and kind of turn the tide of the game, if you will, a little bit. Right now, the Coach Patterson and the offense has the Warriors has the Indians on their heels a little bit right now. That defense not really knowing what to do, and that's always a testament and a shout out there to Coach Rantham, who I know is up in the booth right now, and helping Coach Patterson decide what plays are being run, what strategies they're doing back and forth, what they see, what they don't see, where they should be going, not going, all of those things being transferred from up above down to Coach Patterson on the field via the headset. So been in on many of those conversations, and it's just amazing to hear the football knowledge that goes back and forth within those communications like that. And you know, we're all men. We all have that fight to win because we're all coaches out here. And man, just to be able to listen to that stuff back and forth and hear what's going and finding little things here and there. And Rampton and Patterson seem to have stumbled on something here that's working for the Warriors. All right, that's going to bring second and goal from inside the 1-yard line. Juergens runs up under center, and there's the snap. He bobbles the snap. Oh, doggone it. Indianola saying it's their ball, but I don't think so, not from where I saw it. Juergens picked that ball right back up. So clock is tick-tocking. We're at minute 7 right now to go. Ball is still inside the 1-yard line, but that's going to bring up third down here. Warriors got 2 downs to play with. I don't know what Patterson would do here if we don't score on this play, whether he's going to go for the field goal or if he'll try it again. So, you know, that's why he gets the big bucks as the head coach to make those calls. There's a snap from Juergens, and he hands the ball off, and the young man is stuck at about the 3rd-yard line. Goodness sakes. I'm not even sure the offensive line got out of their 3-point stance on that, and the Indianola Indians were right there to put a stick on him. So there's that decision now for Coach Paul Patterson with 20 seconds to go here right now. What's he going to do? Is he going to try to put it in? Ball's about the 3-yard line right now. We've had no luck on our goal line offense, so is he going to call the field goal or the PAT team out to get a field goal in? Don't know what he's going to call. He's watching the clock right now. It's down to 3.9 seconds. Coach Patterson calls a timeout. See what they're going to do to end the half with. That's a tough call for Coach Patterson. Do you try to put 3 points on the board and at least get something on the board, or do you try to get a touchdown on this and swing the momentum and go into halftime as a tie game? You know, with that, you could maybe not get a touchdown, and then that swings that momentum back to Indianola as they go to the halftime room, and that's something you don't want to do. So, goodness sakes, that's tough decision making here. But they've got all the information from upstairs in the booth. They've got all the information from the guys on the sidelines here as to what they should do, how they should go about things. So we'll see what Patterson dials up for him. It looks like the offense is on the field as the kicker is not right now. So Patterson's decided, the heck with it. We're going to try to stick it here in the end zone. I love that fight, and here we go. Juergens lines him up. He's got 3 receivers to his right. He's talking to his left receiver, see what they've got figured out for him. Here comes the snap right there. He bobbles the snap. He runs back, runs to his left. He sees the guy. He throws it. It is a touchdown, Norwalk Warriors. Oh, my goodness sakes. How exciting was that? Yes, great falling down grab in the back of the end zone. Jurgens running, bobbles the snap, runs to his left, has two Indianola defensive players grabbing at his ankles, and he throws the ball. A great effort by the receiver there. I'm going to say that's number 11, Kyan Tompkins, out there. I'm not sure who caught that ball. Very exciting. Whew. All right, that brings the PAT team on the field. Trying to make out the young man's number. Looks like Brendan Jansen back there to kick. There's the snap, there's the hold, there's the kick, and it is good. That ties the game at the end of the first half. That is super exciting by Coach Patterson and his coaching staff and the young men on the field. Not going to take anything away from those guys. They made it happen. So just incredible way to end the first half of this football game. Norwalk come out, kind of stumbled and didn't really look the best. Offense was running. The Indianola offense seemed to be doing whatever they wanted to. And against the defense had that one great play, I'm going to say again, against, what's his name, Kolaric from Indianola. Stood him up, drove him back, and laid him on his backside. And that just kind of seemed to turn the tide a little bit. So Norwalk offense is struggling a little bit against this. It seems to be pretty powerful Indianola defense. But right there, Coach Patterson and Coach Rampton and the other offensive coaches decided that, hey, we're good enough. We're going to get this done against you. And by goodness, they did that. So they go into halftime, got some life. The momentum is still on the Warrior side. Score is 7-7. Just a great thing. Great way to go here. So, all right, got the Norwalk marching band taking the field here. I'm going to read off a little more stuff here. So. And see if I can find it. I had it marked at one time, but now I'm flipping through the magazine trying to figure out where did it go. So let's see, next week I think they travel to ADM, and then the week after that I believe is homecoming, so that'd be the 18th would be the homecoming, and that's going to be against Perry. So the Perry Blue Jays will be coming to town for the Norwalk homecoming. Fans are encouraged to attend the homecoming community pep rally, which will be held on Thursday, September 17th, beginning at 7, along with the crowning of the king and queen, of course. And we'll also be inducting 5 former athletes and 1 coach into the Norwalk Athletic Hall of Fame. Former athletes include Tony Doherty, class of 91, Mark Anrahan, class of 97, Adam Thorson, class of 2004, Gabe Krall, 2008, Alex Dorr, class of 2009, and head coach Brent Walker. So that'll be an exciting deal. Come on out to homecoming on September 18th and come to the pep rally on the 17th and be a part of this great community. All right, I'm going to take a little break here, listen to the band, maybe have a piece of pizza or a brat or something, you know, the good old track food at the Norwalk concession stand, and get a little water in my throat. And we'll be back for the second half in less than 13 minutes. All right, Warrior fans, we're back. Ha! Got some pizza in me, got a little bit of water in me, got a Gatorade going. Life is good. Beautiful, beautiful Friday night here in Warrior Stadium, beautiful Minart Field. Again, I want to give a huge shout out to the grounds crew out here. Beautiful, beautiful cut on the grass. Great job on the painting of the numbers and the Norwalk in the midfield. Just gorgeous stuff. Can't give them enough love. That'll give, there's a little date. I know when I say that, groundskeeper, all that stuff, I'm being a little facetious here just because that it's a turf field, so who's actually cutting it? Nobody. So, but back in the day, I did work for the school system and was in the maintenance with Jeff Jinks and Ryan Keeney and back in the day, and that was back with the old high school field, goodness sakes. And we did take care of it. We cut the grass and we painted the numbers and we you know, pulled the string across the field for the straight lines with the paint machine and had stencils for the numbers and the hash lines. And goodness sakes, that was quite an undertaking, but that was always something special when you got to do that for a Friday night home game. And back in those days, it wasn't very common Norwalk got to the playoffs. It wasn't like Coach Patterson has it now, where the last 9 years we've done it 8 times. It was few and far between back in those days, but I do remember getting to paint the home field for a playoff game, and that was a pretty neat thing to be a part of. So I've been a part of this program in many ways, and right now you got me up here in the booth talking to you. I don't know if that's the best place for me, but that's where they've put me. So that's I still get to be close to Norwalk football and still get to be involved in a little goofy way of the world. So here we are, back to Friday night, and just a gorgeous evening. It's down to 73 degrees right now. There's no breeze blowing. It's flags are at a standstill in the south end zone here. But just a gorgeous night. Couldn't ask for better. So Norwalk finished the second half. Their momentum very much on Norwalk's side as they had a 1st and goal from I don't remember exactly where, around the two yard line, something like that. 1st and goal. Goodness sakes, it took us 4 tries to do it, but we did it on a very tough call of what to do there by Coach Patterson that he had to make and figure out what we were going to do, and that could have been a huge swing if it would have been a negative outcome on that play. But he took the gamble, and his young men underneath his leadership and called the play, and goodness sakes, our quarterback Max Jurgens there, first off, bobbled the snap, picked it up off the ground, spun completely around and ran from his right to his left. 2 Indianola defenders grabbing at his heels there, threw a ball deep into the end zone, and a young man sliding catch in the back end of the end zone, and that gave Norwalk a score to finish out that second half. So momentum swing very much right now on the Norwalk side of things. That goes back to you know, the play I talked about the first half where they stood the running back up for Indianola, his name Kalarick, stood him up and planted him on his backside. It wasn't like it was a great hit or anything like that, but it just seemed to be the swing of the game that Norwalk decided that's enough. And here we are right now. So trying to get the Norwalk lines up, and it looks like Chase McKinney ready to kick off, and he boots the ball, and that ball is into the end zone. So that will be a touchback. That is, no, got a penalty marker. I thought I heard a whistle, but wasn't sure where it's at. It appears that Norwalk's going to be offsides there. So I'm not sure how that's going to play out. What things are going to end up. Coach Schmitz is out there talking to the ref to find out what exactly is going on. So looks like a re-kick. So they're picking the ball up from the 40 and taking it back to the 35. So that takes a touchback away from the Warriors, and now gives Indianola, I would say, a little bit of upper hand here. And because I probably guess he wouldn't be kicking a touchback here, but maybe Chase has got it in his right leg there to do that. We've got Kalarick deep back there in the middle. We've also got Carter Erickson back there for Indianola, and I can't quite make out the young man clear across the field from me. Norwalk ready to go. Chase approaches the ball and gives a good boot, and it's going to be caught at about the 9-yard line from the young man. I couldn't read the number. He runs up midfield, and he gets in the middle of the field, and he's tackled about the 26, 27-yard line. Looks like that was number 5, Noah Johnston, perhaps. So that or Morosky. I'm not sure who that was for Indianola. And again, I'm going to throw it out there, guys. I'm up here clear on one side of the field. Even for you Indianola fans, if you're listening, I do apologize if I ruin your young man's name. It's nothing personal. It's not meant. It's just how things go sometimes. So, all right, here we go. We got Blake lining up at 3 receivers to the right side. Blake fakes a handoff, and he gets caught in the backfield, and he gets dropped. Goodness sakes. They're going to make that a 6-yard, 7-yard loss right there. Norwalk defense coming out the second half. I hope the defensive coaches in there, led by Coach Tom Scallon for Norwalk, made some good adjustments. So it appears on that first play that that's what has happened. So loss of 6, they're saying. So that's going to be a 2nd and 16. Ball is on the 20, I'm going to call it 22-yard line. And Blake brings his offensive unit up, 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. And there's the clap, there's the snap. He drops back, looking to his left. And he gets dropped. As soon as he throws that ball, he's on his butt, looking up at Norwalk defensive young man. And can't quite make it out. I want to say 56. That might be Maddox Johnson out there. He's a sophomore, 6'3", 270 pounds. That's a pretty good-sized young man out there, Mr. Maddox. So looks like he's anchoring the defensive line there. So outstanding job. If nothing else, if you can just rattle a quarterback in the head like that, make him think about things, that you're doing a pretty dang good job. Blake lines up, 3 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. He dumps the ball out, tries to hit Kalarick out in the flat, and overshoots him. There's a lot of pressure coming from the Norwalk defense. Great job. Looks like Ethan Carlson was putting some heavy pressure on Blake, and Blake didn't particularly like that. And just like I was saying, maybe that was from Mr. Maddox on the play earlier, who dumped him on his butt, that, hey, we got some other things to think about, and he sailed that ball over Kalarick's head, and that brings up a 4th and 16 for Indianola. They've got their punt team out there. There's the snap. He rolls to his right, kicks the ball. Got a fair catch called at the 45-yard line. He brings it in. That's Ethan Carlson out there waving for the fair catch. He brings it in, gives Norwalk Warriors excellent field position for their first possession of this second half. Oh, goodness sakes. That's a great job by defensive unit. They're taking on some things, and I'm rolling around in my chair up here, and I've got my wires all caught up under the wheels. Oh, if you could see me now, it's a laughing deal, I tell you what. So, you know what, I think we're just going to stand up for a little bit and see what we can do that way. So, about broke my neck rolling over the wires in my headphones. All right, Jurgens takes a snap. There's nothing there. He tucks and runs. He's going to gain about 2 yards, 3 yards maybe off to his right-hand side. I don't want to say it was a broken play. I'm just going to say he took a few steps back, didn't see anything, and just tucked it and got what he could. So, you know, we'll take 3 yards every down. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with 3 downs on every offensive play. And that's going to bring up a 2nd and 7 for Jurgens and the Norwalk offense. He's got 3 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. He's got a running back behind him. There's the snap. Handoff off to the left side. Great job. Good pickup, about 6 or 7 yards right there. That's a great job by Norwalk running the ball. Not sure who that was. He picked up 6. I'm not sure who the young man was. I'm going to have to get some binoculars so I can read numbers. That just bothers me to no end. All right, 3 receivers to Jurgens' right-hand side, 1 off to his left. He's got a back in the backfield there. There's the snap. It's a handoff up the middle. Quarterback pulls it, runs off to his left side, and just levels a defensive back coming up to make a play. Jurgens lowered his shoulder and just put that defensive back right on his backside. Dropped a hammer on him, moved the chains. That's going to bring up a Norwalk 1st and 10. Ball's going to be on the 33-yard line, left hash. Great job. Coaching staff calling the formations from the sidelines. Everybody's checking their wristband to see what play they've just called. Jurgens got 3 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. There's the snap. He drops back, and he throws the ball over the middle. There's a completion right there. Looks like it's going to be good for 7 or 8 yards. I believe that's number 2. That isn't. Nope, can't be. That's to Marker, Mr. Marker there. Nick Marker, number 9. All right, 2nd and 3 here. Let's see what Jurgens can do. He brings the offensive unit to the line. 3 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Checking the defense. Defensive backers are showing a little something there. Jurgens takes a snap, drops back. Oh, and it's going to be intercepted at about the 4-yard line. And I don't know if it running to his left-hand side. He's at midfield right now. Cuts clear across the field. He's back to midfield. He's at the 50. And he's going to be brought down there at about the 49-yard line on the Warrior side. Boy, I don't know what happened. That ball got thrown up there. The receiver got spun around. I'm not sure what happened down there. I sure don't see a flag, but something down there told me that there was something happened down there. It just wasn't quite right. That ball hung up in the air, and that defensive guy for Indianola, all he had to do was stand there and wait for it to fall in his lap. That's too bad if things swing that way. I'm confused as how the receiver was spun clear around down there at about the 15-yard line or so. That confuses me, but there again, I'm up here. The refs are down there and apparently see things a whole lot differently than I do. So, all right, that's going to bring Blake and the Indianola offense to the line. Oh, no, that's not Blake. That is Cool right now, number 2 at the quarterback position for Indianola. I've noticed him a couple of times now, him and Blake back and forth. I don't know if that's just kind of how they design things, or right now I'm not seeing Blake on the field at all. His number for Indianola, I hope the young man's not hurt, but Cool, not sure how to pronounce that, but he's quarterback listed as a senior at 6'2", 170 pounds, so pretty good sized young man. Brings the Indianola offense to the line, snaps the snap, and handoff to Kolaric off to the right side. And he gains a couple yards there. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and short, 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4. So going to bring a 3rd and short, 3rd and medium. Kind of it's an easier than that 3rd and 5 and area type thing. It kind of narrows the playbook down for you a little bit. But Cool's in the huddle. He's giving the play to the guys. They break the huddle. Little confusion with the receiver there, number 87. That's going to be Will Shivers. He wasn't sure when they broke the huddle, but apparently got things straight. He's in motion now from right to left. There's the clap. There's the snap. It's a handoff to Kolaric to go up the middle. And Warriors are right there playing their gaps, doing what they're supposed to do, not chasing. And that's outstanding. Outstanding. Oh, Warrior comes up with a football. Nothing saying, but goodness sakes, a Warrior come out of that pile with the football and got nothing being said by anybody else but him, and that was Jack Wallace there that come out of that pile with the football. So that's going to bring up a 4th and 4 for Indianola. Their punt team is on the field, and punter standing about the 43-yard line. There's the snap. Take a couple steps and boots that. Looks like Ethan Carlson back there. He's just going to play upfield and let that bounce. Hopes it gets to the end zone, and it doesn't. It takes a he takes a short Indianola bounce, but the young man was in the end zone when he touched the ball. That should confuses me a little bit. He was in the end zone when he downed that ball. And by rules, I believe that should be a touchback, but they're marking it down about inside the 1-yard line. So not favorable for Norwalk. There were some coaches talking down there, and I would bet you it's going to be to no avail. But sure don't like to see anything like that happen. Doggone it. That's just the way that goofy football bounces sometimes. So got a few of the fans here and up in the stands, kind of arguing with the call a little bit, and but I think that's going to be all for naught. So, you know, sometimes people just have problems admitting they're wrong, and you know, what are you going to do? So here we are. Norwalk's going to have the ball on the left hash inside the 1-yard line right now as the offense takes the field. Let's see if they can put together a one heck of a drive here. Let's see what we can do. See what we can do to change this field position for them. So best thing would be, you know, of course, a 99-yard drive and stick it in the end zone and show them that's how we do things. But stuff like this, something this far deep, that kind of stuff, hopefully you just get a little room out of there, avoid the safety, and can get enough field position that you can switch that field position. So we'll see what Paul Patterson and the offensive coaches have in store here. Juergens lines up the offense, and it's 3 receivers to his right, 1 to his left, and he drops back. It's looks like a little stop route right there in the middle. Buys him a little bit of room, about 5 yards there. That was Juergens' pass to Mr. Marker. 5-yard gain. That's Nick Marker. He's a senior this year, 5'9", 190. Offense looks over, gets the formation call, sees the play from the sidelines, check their wristbands so they're all on the same page. Juergens has 2 receivers on each side here. There's the snap. It's looks like to be a handoff, a bit of a counter or something there. Looked like up the middle, and then it went to the right side. But Indianola, boy, they can sure run laterally. They're pretty dang good right to left. So, yeah, that's too bad. I don't know if they got any gain or not on that. That was Sam Eggers on the carry. That's going to bring Norwalk in a tough spot here now. They've got a 3rd and 5 as Juergens lines them up. He's got 3 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. So left trips we're looking at. He tries a hard count, no avail. He drops back a couple steps. He's got a young man open. Oh, great catch at the 40, and he is gone. He's at the 50, the 40, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Norwalk. Goodness sakes. Just a great throw by Juergens out there, laying that ball, letting that receiver run under the football and make a great grab like that. I'm going to say right now that's Chase McKinney. Not for sure on that till I get a good look at this young man's number. He missed a pass earlier that I'm sure was a touchdown, but he got that one back. Holy moly, that was a great job back there. Wow. Went from a 3rd and 5 on about the 6-yard line to a touchdown there. So that's going to make Juergens' stats look pretty dang good there on that completion for about 94 yards. We'll take that any day. Just laid that ball so beautifully up in the air, and McKinney just he was full speed running under that ball, and it was just beautiful. Goodness sakes, love seeing that. We got a injured Indianola player down there on the field about the 10-yard line. That looks like that's Carter Erickson down there, a linebacker at 6'2", 185. He's a junior for Indianola. But Oh my goodness sakes, just what a great pass. Poise back there for Jurgens to stand back there with people breathing down his neck and just laying that ball out there so nice. Just being able to watch that play unfold like that was just beautiful. Goodness sakes. All right, Norwalk's out with their PAT team out there. Going to put hopefully the point after touchdown here on the board. We've lined up. There's the snap, the hold, the kick, and it looks good from here. Oh, they're saying no good. No good. Well, I'll give them that one because things do look different up here for that than it does for them. So I'm not saying I'm going to agree with all their stuff, but I'm not going to disagree with that one. So Norwalk fails to put the point up on the board after that. So that brings the score now. Norwalk 13, Indianola 7 with 4:49 left to go here in the third quarter. All right, well, let's see now. Last possession, I'm not even sure Indianola got a first down on that possession. I know that Mr. Maddox laid the quarterback on his back, give him a little something extra to think of, and then the following play from that, I don't remember who it was now. Ethan Carlson, I want to say, put the pressure on the quarterback, who then overthrew his running back in the flat. So I think it's got the quarterback a little bit rattled for Indianola, so we'll see what happens. There's the kickoff all the way down to the goal line. Oh goodness, and they're going to call that a touchback. I didn't know if they would or not. So some of the calls I've seen them make tonight, who knows what they're going to call. So Indianola's going to start this possession at their own 20. And they get a pick whether they want the left hash, middle hash, or right hash. So we'll see what they pick here. I'm assuming middle. And that's where they're going with it. So all right, Norwalk defense on the field. They're talking to each other. I think they've kind of found their groove a little bit here. So kind of come to life. They're anchored in the line there by Mr. Maddox. So we've got a timeout already called by Indianola. So that, not a great way to start a drive here like that. So you should have had your things together a little bit better. That's just too bad you got to burn a timeout that way. So better they than we. So we'll take that anytime that they do that. That's a mistake on the Indianola coaching staff there to have to burn a timeout like that right away. So let's hope they're not dialing something up, a little trickeration or anything there to get us back on our heels and get that momentum to swing. But right now, Norwalk's got all of that on their side and looking pretty dang sharp. So I wasn't at the game last week. I don't know how that was. I don't know if Norwalk was just rattled first game of the season, a little overconfident, or how that worked, or if Carlisle was just that dang good. I don't know what happened. There seemed to be a pretty big disparity in the score there, 30 to 14, something like that. And but man, Norwalk's here fighting tonight, tooth and nail, and got down a little bit, turned some things around, and here we are. So got some pressure again on C.J. Cool. He's back there at the quarterback. He tried to start to his right and ended up having to spin around and go to his left and threw the ball down into the dirt. Intended receiver there was Mark Pepper, but he had no chance at that football. So I don't know what happened out there. I don't know where Mr. Brady Blake is, but that seems to have made a bit of difference here with the Indianola offense. So we'll see if they can recover here, recoup a little bit as Cool brings the offense up. He's got three receivers to his right, one to his left. There's the snap. He drops back. He lets the ball, a little flat route across. That went incomplete, bobbled in and out of the hands of Trenton Nicholson from Indianola. He's a junior running back linebacker, 5'11", 215. I don't think I'd like to meet that young man as a lead blocker. So he's pretty stout there looking at that guy. But bobbled the ball. It was just a little bit above him, but should have brought that down. But bobbled it. So that's going to bring up a 3rd and 10 for Indianola, who seem to be struggling right now with their offense. As Cool brings them up, he's got 2 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. He pump fakes and just dodges a Norwalk defender there, but he does connect to Mark Peppers, who is running off, and he's down up to the 45-yard line. Kind of a blown coverage there. Not sure what happened. He was out running all by himself. But there's a flag down on the field at about the 24-yard line, and it looks like ineligible receiver, and that's what happens. That play went on for too long back there, and that answer is a blown coverage thing. It probably wasn't blown, who knows? But when a play goes that long and a quarterback scrambles that long, you're going to end up with the receiver somewhere who is shaking his defensive player. But you also run the risk of having an offensive lineman downfield past where he should be, and that's exactly what they got Indianola on this time. So that's going to bring up a 3rd down again, and it's going to be 3rd and 15 now as Cool breaks the huddle and brings the Indianola offensive squad up to the line. He's got 2 backs behind him, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. He drops back, and Norwalk bringing some pressure, but there's 35 right in between coverage there, wide open. He doesn't bobble the ball this time, and he brings it down. Trent Nicholson does, and that's going to give the Indians a 1st down at about the 43-yard line. So gives them life. Norwalk had him 3rd and long, doggone it, kind of let him off the hook here. So let's regroup, Norwalk Warriors, and let's see what they got for us. All right, Cool breaks the huddle. He's got 2 receivers to his left, 1 to his right, 2 backs in the backfield. And there's the clap and the snap, and he play action, and he's hit by a Warrior, but he escapes him. Warrior steps up and brings him down as he was running to his right. And the Norwalk Warrior did not give the play, and he met Cool right there, and that was it. So he's going to gain a yard on that or so. So that's going to bring up 2nd and 9. That play was pretty exciting. That could have been 6 yards deep for a loss. And he just kind of sidesteps the Norwalk defender. Norwalk's got to break down in that position and at least be a hindrance instead of just running past. He's got to break down and be a part of that play as opposed to running past that play, doggone it. So Cool lines him up, 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. 2nd down here, he rolls out to his left. He dumps the ball out to number 9 right there on the sidelines. That's John McGinnis. And John brings that in to move the chains there. Couple yards past the 1st down marker. Ball's going to be placed on about the 44.5-yard line of the Norwalk Warriors. Indianola's got some life right now. It's got Norwalk back on their heels a little bit. 3 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Score 13-7 Norwalk. 1st and 10 for Indianola. Cool breaks the huddle. He's got 2 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. And barking out the calls. There's the snap. There's the play. That's Kalarick. Haven't called his name in a little while. He runs off to his left, and he scampers off for about almost 20 yards on that play. And goodness sakes, that's tough to see. They're bringing that young man back out against us. He's been out there. They just haven't been using him. And decide to give the ball off to the Norwalk defense right-hand side, and he scampers for 20 yards. Going to bring up another 1st down for Indianola. That places the ball on the 26-yard line to Norwalk. Norwalk defense struggling a little bit. Cool breaks the huddle. 2 receivers to his left, 3 to his left, 1 in motion now. He's going to hand the ball off to Kalarick up to the middle left side. He gains about 3 yards on the play there. Going to bring up 2nd and 7, 2nd and 8, somewhere in there. Scoreboard tells me 2nd and 8, so. I'm trying to get the mic out of the way if I cough. If I miss it, I do apologize. The air's pretty thick tonight. Got a lot of stuff going on with it, so. Cool breaks the huddle. 3 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. He fakes a handoff to his left, dumps it back to a little rollout. That's number 35 again. That is Trent Mickelson again, I think. And Nicholson, excuse me, Trenton. Great catch. He's just a big boy out there running around. And I don't know as if I would want to put my pads into him. He looks pretty stout from here, so it's going to bring up a 3rd and short. Really opens up the playbook here, especially with Indianola running the ball as good as they are right now. Kind of opens it up for him a little bit for Cool to find out what he's going to do. And there's a hard count, and he gets Norwalk to jump hard. Goodness sakes, there's a easy 5 yards and an easy 1st down for Indianola. Shoot. Yep, that's encroachment call there. Sorry, that's not an offsides. That's back in the day, I guess, showing my age here. So that was a great job by the Indianola quarterback to do that. That's too bad for Norwalk getting all keyed up for a 3rd and short and then jumping for something like that, giving them an easy 5 yards. That's an irritant to me. But Indianola breaks the huddle. They got a 1st and 10 now. Ball's on the 13-yard line. Right hash, 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Snaps a little high. He rolls to his right side, looking back to his left. There's a host of Warriors chasing him out of the pocket, and he scampers the right side into the touchdown. Don't like the high-stepping thing. That irritates me a little bit, but Indianola's back on the board. That ties the game right now, 13-13. Boy, that drive sure put Norwalk back on their heels a little bit. Hate to see that. They just didn't look for sure at themselves very much there, and that's tough to watch. And then simple penalties that just kind of kick you when you're down, and dang it, that's tough to. That was a tough drive to watch for Norwalk defense. So Indianola had them guessing between the pass and the run and the counts, and just not quite sure what was happening, and the result, they put 6 on the board right now. So got an injured Indianola young man down on the field right now close to the goal line. Trainer's out checking him out. Looks like they're stretching him out, maybe some cramping issues. So I don't know for sure. You know, I'm not a doctor, nor did I stay at a Holiday Inn last night, but stretching him out like that, it sure appears to be cramps. He's jogging off. So it's not like it's a hot evening tonight, but it is kind of sultry. It's a little humid. The air is very thick with you know, a whole bunch of crud in it, as you can probably tell by my voice. And you know, those young men out there sweating like they are, I'm up here sweating in the booth and not doing anything but sitting and talking. So those guys down there exerting the effort they're exerting and not being properly hydrated, doesn't surprise me a cramp comes up on them. So, all right, Indianola's field goal team out there on the field. There's a snap in the hold, and number 3, Steven Stark, puts it through, and that's going to put Indianola up over Norwalk right now, 14 to Norwalk 13. So 1-point deficit. We've got 52 seconds left to go here in the 3rd quarter. So that clock is not giving anything, that's for sure, especially when you have Indianola, who seems to be pretty run heavy right now. I don't have the stats in front of me, but anytime you're running the ball like they're running it, that clock just continues to tick. So don't have a lot of things you can do when the clock just continues to run. So. All right, I had to take a little drink of water there, kind of clear my throat, or as the kids say, trying to clear my throat. So, all right, back here to it. We got 52 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. Indianola is ready to kick the football, and looks like Stark's dropping back. He's got things lined up here. Norwalk kickoff return team on the field, ready to go. Can't quite tell who's deep. I'll listen to the announcer. He says Ethan Carlson, so I'll go with that. But it's an up man going to take that ball. Oh, and they let it bounce, goodness sakes, and it goes out of bounds. So that's going to work in Norwalk's favor. One of the up men looked like he was going to take the ball around the 20-yard line or so. and decided nope, and he must have been called off by Carlson, so he went up to block, and Carlson ran over, and the ball bounced, and oh, goodness sakes, but thankful that went out of bounds, so that's going to work to Norwalk's favor because that will be a penalty against Indianola for that, and that should place the ball in the 35. Looks like it's going to be on the right hash.
Ball be placed at the Warriors' 35-yard line.
I guess I'm not sure on that rule if they get a pick what hash or if it's what side of the play it went. I'm not sure of that. So, all right, Juergens brings out the Norwalk offensive squad onto the field. They line up three wide to the right, one wide to the left. That's tough to say. Three wide. Juergens barking out the calls. There's a snap. It's a handoff to the left side. Nope, Juergens keeps it and runs the ball to the right side for a minimal gain, and we're going to call it 2 right now. 3. Looks like they're going to give him 3 on that, so that's going to bring us 2nd and 7. Well, they say 4. So 2nd and 6 right now for Norwalk. They're checking their wristbands. They've got the formation call from the coaches. They've got the play call from the coaches. Everybody checking their wristband. Juergens lines them up, 3 wide to the left, 1 wide to the right. He's barking signals out. I don't know if he's changing something up or what, but there's the snap, and it's quarterback keep right up the middle. And he's close to the first down. They're driving him back. He's a tough young man, some of the hits he's been taking tonight. And they're going to stop the clock right now and see. They're going to determine whether it is or whether it isn't. It's right on the line, goodness sakes. Yep, the ref is telling him move the chains. So there's a Norwalk first down right there. It's going to bring up a new 1st and 10 for Norwalk. Ball's going to be on the 45-yard line. So that was right at it, and that is the end of the 3rd quarter. So, you know, here at Minar Field in beautiful Norwalk Stadium, Warrior Stadium, we used to do the jump around. I didn't know if we were going to have that or not, but I hear the music, so we got a little jump around working right now. And I don't know if it's the Rona or the COVID or which one it is. We don't have too many participants right now with the jump around. Do have a small student section down there. I'm not sure what all the rules and regulations are right now for everybody, but I don't know if the administration has said absolutely no fun on Friday Night Football or what it is. It's kind of a docile crowd tonight. Pretty tight football game with a close rival, so you'd think there might be a little more to the football game, but pretty docile tonight. Everybody hanging out, looks like doing what we're supposed to do. So again, I'm going to comment, just a beautiful evening out here, and just a little sticky, but it sure beats 95. And all right, jump around's over. It's the start of the 4th quarter. Juergens lines up the Norwalk offense, and we've got 3 receivers wide to the left, 1 wide out to the right. He's checking things over. He's barking out some calls here, and there's the snap. He drops back, shifts the ball in his hands. He lets it fly over the middle, and it is caught by Ethan Carlson at the 25. 2 Indianola defensive backs who collide pretty bad out there on the field in between that catch as Carlson goes up to, or Chase McKinney, excuse me, he goes up to make that catch. And in between 2 Indianola defensive backs as they collide, and just kind of picked the ball right out between them and took the ball all the way down to the 11-yard line. Goodness sakes, what a crazy play that was. McKinney actually had to come back up the field and jump between 2 of the defensive backs there. That great little athletic play by that young man. So, all right, got number 9 going off a little bit for Indianola. He was one of the defensive backs that seemed a little shaken up there. That's John McGinnis, but Norwalk lines up, 3 receivers wide to the left, 1 wide to the right. Juergens barks the calls. There's a snap. He's going to drop it out, little post route, and it is a touchdown deep in the end zone in the corner. Great ball again by Mr. Juergens, just tossing it up there in the air and letting McKinney, I think that's McKinney again, run underneath that football. Wow, great play. Great play. Just a beautiful touch on that football to lay it out there. Athletic ability of Chase to run under that football and make the grab in the corner of the end zone like that. That was gorgeous play. Great job, Norwalk Warriors. That brings the score now 19-14. as the, no, the PAT team is not on the field. Patterson's going to go for 2 here because that's going to bring a tie game now. One's going to do nothing. We need 2. Juergens makes the call. Indianola's bringing a little heat. Juergens is back. He's scrambling. He's running to his right. He cuts back. And he, oh my goodness, they called him just short of the end zone. Just short. From my vantage point, it sure like that young man made the last cut and fell into the end zone, but they're calling him right at the line, so that is the 2-point conversion there, no good. So that keeps the score 19-14 right now, Norwalk up. Great effort. That was a great effort, busted play. There was no chance that he was going to be able to throw anything there. Scrambled to his right there. Cut off by the sidelines. He cuts back into a host of Indianola defenders and gets it all the way down to the end zone. Doggone it, that was a great effort just to come up with nothing. But that just shows you the fight right there right now of our young man out on the field, not wanting to give this thing up at all. So. All right, Norwalk kickoff team out on the field. I think that's Chase McKinney kicking off here for the Norwalk Warriors. Apparently he just does a little bit of everything. We've got Cleric deep for Indianola. Hopefully don't kick it right to him, but it does go right to him. He bobbles it about the 10-yard line, makes a juke around a couple of Norwalks who break down and get out of their lanes. He stiffs-arming a young man at the 30 and is finally taken out of bounds at the 45-yard line. Number 9 on the hit on our sidelines there. That's Nick Marker.
Tackle the play by the Warriors by Nick Marker.
Well, that's going to give Indianola great field position right now. But they're going to place the ball about the 46-yard line of Indianola. So Indianola has a short field to work with here. Never like to see that. Like to see him pinned deep there. Indians come to the line here, trying to make out the quarterback. It appears that it is still Cool back there. And a little dump pass off to the right side, and he's met by Norwalk Warriors right dang now. And that's going to give him about a 5-yard loss on that play. That was just a little swing route by the running back there. Cool took the snap and just pivoted to his right and threw the ball, and Norwalk defensive back right there to make the play. I was going to say that was a 3-yard loss, so I said 5, I think. I like my numbers better, but I don't count as I'm up here, they're down there. But that is going to bring up a 2nd and 13 now for the Indianola Indians. They've got 3 wide to the left, 1 to the right of Cool. Cool sprints out to his left, chased by Maddox. He's got number 80 open, clear downfield, and it is going to be a touchdown. That's going to be a 44-yard touchdown for Indianola. And that was Mark Pepper out there. I don't know what routes Mark Pepper's running, but he seems to be wherever he's at on the field open. And the closest defender was trailing, and there was no hope of anything right there on that doggone it. So we're going to have to sure some things up there with Mark Pepper. And if it's not Pepper, it's Cleric who's hurting us on the Indianola offensive side. We're going to have to tighten our strings up a little bit around those 2 guys and get a handle on them and stop that mess. Offense burns another timeout for the PAT. Just a bizarre 2 timeout calls here. And the Indianola coaches are disagreeing with that. So we have a little something going on here. Not sure what it is. Okay, no timeout called. So I'm not sure what the miscommunication was. But here we go. As Indianola brings their offense out, it's not a PAT. They're going to go for 2 here. Open that lead up a little bit as they need to go for 2 for the gap is weird. So receiver motion left to right. Cool throws it out there, one-handed grab, but it is short. It is short. That's a great job. That looks like Caden Schmidt out there, number 15. I believe that's who made the play on that. One arm grab by Nick. Nope, one arm grab it looked like by John McGinnis out there. And Norwalk defensive player there at the goal line stuck him and drove him back into the field of play. So no good on that. So the score remains now 19-20 Indianola Indians. So 1 point difference. Now, if Indianola would have done that, that would have given them a 3-point lead on that. So that's the 2-point conversion. I know with Norwalk Warriors, the offensive coaching staff up in the booth has a chart up there to tell you if we're down or if we're up by so many, when you need to go for 2, when you don't, for all those mathematical things that can happen. So everybody is very well aware of when you should not try those things. And it was to no avail for both teams today. So all right, Norwalk kickoff return team on the field. Looks like we have Ethan Carlson back deep. I think that's who that is. Indianola's getting ready to break their huddle there. Steven Stark counting up his guys, make sure he's got 10 plus himself. Lining the ball up. Let's see where he kicks this to. Is it going to be directly to our guy, or are they going to make him make decisions back there like the last kickoff was? So it's a short high kick. It's going to go to an up guy who bobbles it and picks it up at the 16, 17 yard line, gets a block, comes around. Oh, and they're going to call a clip block in the back on that. Oh no, goodness sakes. You didn't call the one on the early in the game, and you're going to call that one. That's too bad, but that's how it goes. Block in the back. Doggone it. They're going to call number 12 on that. So that's Ethan Carlson. That's going to give Norwalk a first down, although the refs just said first down Indianola. I'm going to disagree with that. That's going to move the ball back and give pretty tough field position for Norwalk Warriors. But hey, if you remember the last time, I think we had 99 yards to go and ended up putting 6 on the board. So we are definitely not above doing something like that again, I can tell you that. So, all right, Jurgens brings the offense team up to the line. He's got 3 receivers to the left, 1 to his right here. He's looking things over. He's making the call. There's the snap. Quick throw to the left. And it's to the first receiver, just a little stop route right there. And quick route, we like to call it. And receiver just took his stance and turned around, looked at the quarterback, and the ball was right there. And that was good for about 6-7 yards right there. So it's 2nd and 3 right now for Norwalk. Jurgens has 3 receivers lined up to his right side, 1 to his left. Got himself a running back in behind him. Let's see what Paul Patterson's called here. There's the snap. It's going to be a handoff up the middle, and it's a bad exchange. And it looked like an option there, and it just didn't quite make it to the mesh point, and the ball was on the ground. Ooh, that could have been ugly for Norwalk right there. Indianola just about come up with that. Norwalk does retain possession, loses quite a few yards on it. That's going to bring up about a 3rd and 9 for Norwalk. Everybody's checking their wristbands, find out what play, what page are they on. Going to get some things figured out. Receivers are moving a little bit. 3 receivers to the left, 1 receiver to the right. Jurgens barking out the calls. There's a snap. He drops back, straight back. He lets the ball fly to his right. It's caught at about the 21-yard line. That's caught by number 12, Ethan Carlson. That's good enough to move the chains for a Norwalk first down. Breeze life. That's a great job right there. Get everybody going one way, and they've got one-on-one down here all by themselves. And Jurgens put that ball exactly where it needed to be to make that connection. So I'm not sure what formation this is. Goodness sakes. Some form of deuce, I believe, and it's an option there. The mesh point went a long, long time. Jurgens pulls the ball. He's running to his left, and he gains about 2-3 yards on the play. That option stuff, that quarterback's supposed to put the ball in the mesh point, so that means in the gut of the running back, and he's supposed to let that ride just as long as he can to try to get those defenders to come down on that ball carrier and then pull that ball out or let it go, depending on what that defender tells him. Boy, Juergens really rode that one a long ways before he pulled it out. So that brings up a 2nd down and 6 right now for Norwalk. There's a snap, and again, it's a, I won't say that was an option. That was just kind of a handoff there up the middle that Juergens kept and run to his left. He's gained a couple, 2-3 yards on that. That's going to bring a 3rd and manageable, but it's going to be a 3rd and 4. So typically you like it shorter than that, but looks like maybe Juergens lost his helmet on that play. Yeah, Juergens is out for this play, lost his helmet, so they've got the next guy up there. Let's see what Norwalk does here on this 3rd and 4. Heck of a time to lose your quarterback player right there, but there's a snap and a run up to the right side, and that's going to gain of about 2 yards, but that's going to be well short of the 3rd and 4, so that's going to bring up 4th down and 2. We'll see what Norwalk does here, down by 1 point with 7 minutes and 35 seconds ticking away to go in this ball game. Looks like they're going to bring the punt team out. See if Coach Schmitz has anything up his sleeves right now. It's pretty deep in your own territory, but I've seen crazier calls by Coach Schmitz. So let's see what he can do as the special teams coach here, if he's just going to punt the ball and let the defense play tough, or if he's going to try a little something. Who knows what's going to happen here. So guys are lined up. There's the back end motion, and there's the snap, and he's going to keep it right up the middle, and he is stuck. Seemed to be just some offensive line there, just standing there watching the play as opposed to doing what they needed to do. And that's going to give Indianola great field position right now. Ball's going to be on the 26-yard line of the Norwalk Warriors. Well, agree or disagree with the call on that. I love the idea of it. I love the moxie of it, if you will. If you get all your players to commit to that stuff and get things done, the play was there. You could see it from up here. The play was there. Indianola just too tough for it and put a stop to it. And in exchange for that, got themselves great field position inside the 30-yard line of the Norwalk Warriors. Had to wet my whistle a little bit. All right, let's go back to our coach's spotlight here, if you will. First, we talked about Coach Paul Patterson, and he is the head coach and also the offensive coordinator of the Norwalk Warriors. So right now, I want to talk about Coach Tom Scallon, who is our defensive coordinator. This is his 28th year as a coach in the football program, and he did spend 3 years as a head coach. That's pretty amazing, and he is the varsity defensive coordinator for the Warriors. Also the first soccer coach in school history, serving both the boys and the girls head coach for 3 years, and then as the head coach for the boys for another 3 years. Right now, he's still involved in the soccer as an assistant coach. He's a 93 graduate of Simpson, and is married to Melanie, and they have 4 children, Tommy, Kennedy, Quinn, and Hugh. So that's a little bit of Tom Scallon there. He's kind of second in command for the Norwalk Warriors. So, all right, so we missed a play there. Kolaric on the carry, and he was still fighting for yards even after all my talking there. That was a 1st and 10 play from the 29. And it looks like he gained about 4 there, maybe 5. They're going to call it 2nd and 6 now. I predict we're going to see a heavy dose right now of Kolaric until we start flowing pretty heavy with that, and then they're going to hit us with a play action or a sprint out kind of thing. So there we go, and right away we do the play action, a little sprint out to the right side, and that pass is caught on the right sideline. That's number 9 for Indianola, who was running across the field as the quarterback sprinted out there. So that's going to give Indianola 1st and goal, I'm going to say. So Number 9 on the catch for Indianola is John McGinnis, who they faked the handoff to the left side. Quarterback sprinted to his right, and that receiver just drug across the field that way and was wide open there. So that's going to bring a 1st and goal for Indianola on about the 5-yard line as Cool lines him up. There's the snap. He bobbles it up in the air, gives it to Kolaric, and he's down to about the 2-yard line. Looks like they're going to mark him down. So again, here we go, heavy dose of Kolaric. Not only has he kind of been the workhorse tonight, they kind of lost track of him a little bit, Indianola did, through the 3rd quarter. But they have found him here late in the 3rd, and this 4th quarter they have found him again and just kind of strapped the saddle to him, and they're going to ride him, I predict, to the end of the game. And we'll see what they got here. McGinnis in motion left to right, and there's a bad snap, and it goes back to about the 16-yard line as Kolaric jumps on the bad snap there. So saves the possession for Indianola, who is still threatening here. It's going to bring up a 3rd and goal now from about the 16-yard line. There's a penalty marker on the play, deep in the end zone. Not sure what that was. That was an errant snap, so I don't know what was seen or what wasn't seen. Doggone it. Illegal participation for Norwalk. 12 guys on the field. That wipes that out. That moves the ball all the way back down to the 1-yard line. So any break Norwalk can catch, we just seem to give it right back. So doggone it, you just hate to see that. And so that's, here we go, Indianola on the line, tight formation, 2nd and goal from the 1. And direct snap to Kolaric, who bobbles it way up in the air, catches it out of there, runs to the right side and into the end zone for a touchdown. Goodness sakes, young man just can seem to do no wrong this evening. That is Cale Kolaric, I believe. And he is a junior, 6 foot, 195 pounds. Got him listed as a running back and linebacker. I don't know if he's been playing much linebacker. I haven't paid much attention on that side. Guess I'm too busy watching the Warriors offense. But that brings the score now 26-19 as they line up for the PAT. That's number 3, Stark, back there lined up to kick it. There's the snap, there's the hold, there's the kick. And it is good. That brings the score, Norwalk 19, Indianola Indians 27. 5 minutes and 6 seconds to go in the 4th quarter. Well, Norwalk is not out of this. We have 5 minutes to go. One score is going to put us within 2 points. And then if we've got a chance then for a 2-point conversion to tie this game up, and we've got 5 minutes, just over 5 minutes to do it in. So nothing's out of reach, nothing's out of whack here. Nothing we haven't seen before in this program. One of the best things I have seen with this program as I've been a part of it, that to be down in a football game, it doesn't mean you've been beaten. It just means you're down in a football game. And all it takes is one play at a time. That's it, one play at a time. Do your job, and there's nothing that can stop you. So 19-27, we're down by 8 right now, which is easily done by 1 touchdown and 1 2-point conversion. We got 5 minutes and 6 seconds to do it in. Let's put together a good drive here and tie this football game up. So let's see what we got. We've got Ethan Carlson back deep. Stark, there's the kickoff. It's a short kick to the left side. It's taken by one of the up guys at about the 15. He's bringing it out to the right side, and he's all the way up to the 35-yard line. That was a great job by that young man. That's Grant Larson there for us. Great job by that young man. Step up there, catch that ball, and just get positive yards. A couple of jukes there along the way. And a great field position for Norwalk. Still have just over 5 minutes to go with that play. Ball on the 35-yard line, right hash. 1st and 10, Norwalk Warrior football. Juergens lines them up. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Barking out the signals. You can hear him from up here. There's a snap. He drops back, shifts the ball in his hands. He lets the ball fly down the middle. That was incomplete to number 13, Chase McKinney. He's got, they're kind of locked in together right now, it seems to be. Chase was just a couple steps shy of bringing that ball in. Juergens held it out, put it out a little too far in front of him with no air under it. And that's not what we've seen so far tonight with that combination. All right, Warriors look over. They get their formation. They're all checking their wristbands, so they are all on the same page. They know what we're going here. We got left trips for Juergens lined up. One receiver to his right side. Indianola showing a little bit of something here and drew him off sides. Great job, hard count. Let's get 5 easy yards out of that. Great job. 5 free yards there. No time off the clock on that. Great job. Free 5, no time. Going to bring up a 2nd and 5 for Norwalk. Same play, everything's ready to go. Same formation. Left trips. Juergens barking out the call. He saw something. He changed something there. It's that quick route again to that first receiver. He's 6 yards, 7 yards, met by another receiver down there, pushing that pile forward. That's going to bring us a first down. That's going to move the chains. Cannot see who that is. I want to say that's Nick Marker out there who brought that in. Moved the chains for us. That's going to bring a Norwalk first down on the 46, 47 yard line. Still in Norwalk territory. Right trips here for Juergens. Linebacker plays up a little bit, backs out, brings another guy, and he is going to be hit behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to be a big loss back here. They're going to show 7, 8 yards right now. Goodness sakes, that's an 8 yard loss. That takes him back to the 39 yard line to Norwalk.
Max Juergens caught in the backfield for an 8-yard loss. We'll bring up 2nd down.
All right, so now we got 2nd down and 18. That was misfortunate right there. Juergens getting everybody situated. We got right trips here going. 1 receiver to the left, 3 to the right. Juergens talking to somebody out there. He's barking the calls now. Said something to his running back. Just dumps the pass off to his running back in the left little swing route. He gains about 3 yards. I'm going to say 4 just because I want to be positive. That's going to bring up 3rd and long. So we're looking at 3rd and 14 right now, I think. 3rd and 15 is what the scoreboard's telling me. Clock is ticking. 3 minutes, 30 seconds to go as it runs right now. Everybody's looking at their wristbands, getting the same play. Juergens barks it out. He's got right trips to work with. 1 receiver to his left. Barking the signals. There's the snap. He drops back, shifts the ball in his hands. He steps up in the pocket, and there's a flag on the field. He's running to his left. I don't know if he's out of bounds or not. They're stopping the clock, saying yes. Well shy of anything. It's going to bring up a long 4th down. 4th, I'm going to say 12. Before we figure out what the penalty is right now. Where that flag is, it's telling me it's probably going to be a hold. Three minutes and 8 seconds to go here. Let's see if we can get some information as to what that flag is. Yep, holding. Holding on the offense. They're marking it off. 10 yards, that's going to give us another 3rd down. For goodness sakes, I don't know what Coach Patterson or Rampton has in their playbook for this yardage right now. So we're looking at 10, 20, maybe about 3rd and 30, somewhere in there. It's a long way. 3rd and 29. There's the snap, trips right. He's letting the ball hang out into the air. McKinney's running under. It's completed. Oh my goodness sakes, for a first down at the 30-yard line. Again, he just airs that ball out. McKinney runs underneath the football for a grab and a first down and digs him out of the hole. 3rd and 29 yards to go, and Norwalk converts a first down. Incredible. Great job. 2 minutes, 52 seconds left to go. Norwalk Warriors have a first down on the 31-yard line. Juergens lines him up. We've got right trips. He's surveying the field, looking over. Indianola linebacker showing a little heat up the middle. Juergens rolls to his left. He sets up. He turns back. He's rolling to his right now. He finds somebody across the middle. It's completed at the 20-yard line. He's still up down to the 15. Oh, and there's a flag now. That stops the clock, though, so that's a good thing. That stops the clock for the Norwalk Warriors.
Juergens pass complete to Nick Barker.
Nick Marker on the grab for that.
Around
caught the ball at the 20 and fought down to about the 16-yard line. There's 2 flags on the play. Let's see what incidental face mask, 5-yard penalty at the end of the play. Goodness sakes, and that's all the fight from Marker right there, trying to get those extra yards. Indianola guy inadvertently grabs a face mask, gets us 5 extra yards, plus stops the clock for the Norwalk Warriors. I am all caught up in my chair again. Oh my goodness, I am a wreck. All right, Norwalk Warriors on the line. Jurgens surveys the field, trips left. There's a pass to the right-hand side. Ball is caught down to about the 9. I got to get untangled out of my chair. I don't know how I got this so messed up. Oh my goodness. All right, 2-yard gain, 2nd down and 8. Norwalk Warriors threatening right now. Jurgens lines them up. We've got trips to the left, 1 receiver to the right. Jurgens barking out the signals. There's a snap. It's going to be an option play. He rides it in the gut. Great block by the receiver. Oh, no. They're going to call him on a bad block. That was so clean. Goodness sakes. Get me fired up here. That was a great block by the receiver out on the edge to give Jurgens an alley to run in. The defensive back turns his back to the receiver, and they throw the flag. Called a 10-yard penalty from the spot. It did stop the clock for the Norwalk Warriors, so if we're going to find any positive out of that, that's exactly what it is right there. Clock is down to 1 minute and 40 seconds to go. Norwalk Warriors threatening the Indianola Indians right now. Score 19-27. Norwalk 8 points down. We are within reach of tying this game. All right, coaches call the formation. We got left trips out there for Jurgens. Jurgens looks around. They all look at their wristbands on the same page. He's barking out the signals. There's a snap, quick step. Hey, spun the receiver clear around, and we're going to get the call on that. Goodness sakes, that was just a quick little slant route out here to the lone receiver side. And the defensive back spun the receiver clear around. I think they got him on that. Defensive pass interference, half the distance to the goal, stops the clock yet again. Norwalk just will not die, gotta love it. Ball is going to be placed just outside of the 10-yard line. Oh, we moved it back to the 11 now. Ball is placed on the 11-yard line. I don't even know what down we have. It looks like we've got 2nd and 9 right now. Ball's on the 11-yard line. Left trips for the Warriors. Jurgens rolls to his left. He stops. He drops back, throws it deep into the end zone. Nobody there. There was a receiver close, but he had to pull off his route and change direction and just could not quite get there. Runs just a few seconds off the clock. That's going to bring up a 3rd and long for Norwalk down here deep in the Indianola territory. 3rd and 9 for Norwalk Warriors. 1 minute, 31 seconds left to go. Norwalk comes to the line and left trips. Jurgens looking around. He's barking out the signals right now. Indianola looks like they're staying their stacked defense. They bring some heat. They dump the ball off. It's incomplete right now. Number 44, a great defensive play for Indianola. That young man is Sam Hildreth out there. He's a senior, 6 foot, 200 pounds. And I think he was there a little bit quick, but that's me, and I am a little biased. But here we go. Goodness sakes, what a barn burner we got going right now. 19-27, Norwalk 8 points down. We've got a minute 27 seconds to go here. Norwalk heavily knocking on Indianola's door. Ball is on the 11-yard line. There's a timeout on the field. All right, we're going to cover next week again. Next week, Norwalk travels to ADM next Friday night, and they'll play the Tigers at a district game, and that game starts at 7 o'clock next Friday night. The next home game will be September 18th when the Warriors host the Perry Blue Jays here at Minert Field, and that will also be homecoming for Norwalk. Don't forget that there is a homecoming community pep rally on Thursday, September 17th, and that begins at 7 p.m. You'll get to see the festivities there. The band, the dancers will also crown the king and queen for homecoming. We'll also induct some former athletes into the Norwalk Hall of Fame, plus head coach Brent Walker. So going to be a great time. Come out and support Norwalk Athletics. Homecoming is a great thing. It's not just football. It's Norwalk homecoming. That's all the teams, all the people, all the alums come out and support us. Be here. I know we got the Rona or the COVID, whatever you want to call it. We've got things in place for that. Bring your mask, bring your social distancing techniques. Let's get it figured out. Here we go. Minute 27 seconds. This is the last play for Norwalk. Jurgens lined them up. Left trips. And receiver jukes down there, and he's a little excited. And they Indianola sure pointed that out quickly. So there's going to be a penalty on Norwalk. Dead ball, false start. That's going to move them back 5 yards. Ball's going to be on the 16 or 17-yard line right now. It is fourth down and 14, so Norwalk could get a first down here. Jurgens lines them up. We've got left trips. There's a whistle. Not sure what's going on now. Defense calls a timeout. Okay, I don't know if they didn't see something they didn't like or what the heck it was, but I don't think the defensive coaches understand that allows Paul Patterson to go out and talk to his young men, calm them down. Coach Patterson has a great way of calming them down at the time that it is needed. And, yeah, that's I don't know if I'm an opposing team. I call a timeout in that situation against Paul Patterson. All right, here we are. Fourth down, 14 yards to go. The ball is on the 16. So Norwalk could get a first down and move the chains. It doesn't have to be a touchdown here. So Norwalk could get a first down. They have a minute 27 seconds to work with, and they're down by 8. All they need to do is score and convert the two-point conversion here. So the first thing we need to do, if we don't score here, at least get a first down. Can we do it? Jurgens lines them up. Norwalk, left trips. He's barking out the signals. There's a snap. He drops back. He's looking to his left. He fires it up in there. He's got a man open. Oh, my goodness, it's a touchdown, Norwalk. Touchdown in the corner of the end zone. What a great throw by Jurgens. Oh, I wish I could see the young man who caught that football. I can't make out his number. I so want to give him some love. Great job. Uh-oh. Oh. Timeout called by the offense. So offense scores. We got a minute 19 to go. We are down by 2 points. Down by 2 points. We need a two-point conversion here to tie this game up. Now this is a tough thing because the football's down on the 3-yard line, which sometimes that can be tough for an offense without room to play. You think, oh, it's 3 yards, you should be able to do that. But sometimes, just like the last play shows you, maybe you want 16 yards to play with instead. But nonetheless, the ball's on the 3-yard line. We need to score to tie this game up. Right now, the score is Norwalk 25, Indianola 27. There's a minute 19 to go. What a great throw by Jurgens to the corner of the end zone. I so wish I could tell you who caught that football. A young man was wide open, running to the corner of the end zone, had to wait on the ball to get there as two defenders closed in on him. His poise, he stood in there, he caught that football and took the hits and put points on the board for Norwalk. All right, here we go. Norwalk lines up, right trips. Jurgens is looking at everything. There's the snap. He rolls to his right. He sets up. He throws back to his left, and it is incomplete. It looks like they were holding on to the receiver to me from this vantage point. Goodness sakes. PAT is, the two-point conversion is no good. Norwalk is still down by 2 points. However, there is still a minute 12 seconds to go here, and anything can happen. All it takes is a quick mistake by Indianola. We still have our special teams, our kickoff team. Do we try an onside? Can Schmitz dial one up for us here? Who knows? Do we kick it off like normal and hope that we know they're going to give the ball to Klarick and strip and rip that football? Still got a minute 12 to go. Norwalk is not out of this by any means. especially with the kickoff in our hands right now. What are we going to do with that? That ball has to travel 10 yards, and it is a live ball for anybody. Is there a spot on the field that Norwalk can get to before Indianola can get there? Coach Schmitz is kind of wily with that sort of stuff. He was out there pretty fired up in the huddle there. Very emphatic break when he broke the huddle for the young man as they run onto the field here. Set the ball up to get us a kickoff. I believe that's McKinney out there. I hope I'm saying that right. Chase, yep, Chase is out there. It's his kick as the moon just comes up over now the Eastview Tunnel directly across from me. Big, beautiful moon. Here comes the kickoff. What's it going to be? And it's an onside kickoff, and it's not going 10 yards. It's going backwards. Nobody has to, and Indianola's got it right there. It's done. It did not go 10 yards, and it's Indianola's ball. Well, that was a great effort there, and he got over the top of the football good. It just took a funny bounce and went more sideways than it did down the field. We didn't line up like it was onside or anything like that, so it was anybody's guess. But right now, I can about guarantee you that the quarterback, C.J. Cool, if he doesn't keep the ball himself, he's handing it off to Cale Kolaric, who's been the workhorse for Indianola tonight. Kolaric is back deep. He's about 9 yards deep off the ball, and it's victory formation for Indianola. He takes a knee and going to run the clock out. Doggone it. Doggone it. That's a tough deal for Norwalk Warriors. But what a fight these young men had tonight. All right, Norwalk going to make them burn their timeouts here. You can't take them home with you, so you might as well use them. I don't know if there's enough time or not. They can force them into a punt situation here. I believe Norwalk had already burned a timeout, so that left us with 2. This is our first one of those 2, so that should just leave us 1. This is second down, so you see how it's playing out. We can call it another timeout at third down. The play clock's 25 seconds, so there's 50 seconds in 2 plays. It's kind of a numbers game here. It's I guess you got to be smarter than I am right now in this situation. So that's why Paul Patterson's down there making those calls, him and Coach Scallon figuring out those calls down there on the field. So, well, we know that Kuehl here is going to take a knee. Kolaric's way back as the safety guy. There's the snap. And going to take the knee. Going to use the last timeout here. Well, maybe not. The clock keeps running. It's third down now. Third and long. Okay, so we're going to wait. And the play clock didn't start for the longest time on that. I don't know what was up with that. Quite the numbers game we've got going here. They have to kneel it one more time. That'll bring a fourth down. We can call a timeout. They've got to do something with it. There's got to be something happening there. Now burn your timeout, Patterson. Well, it shows 1 on the board. Nope, I'm looking at the wrong. That's it. That's it. Done. We did not have a timeout. That was my mistake on that. And we had used ours. And that's what the scoreboard tells me anyway. Doggone it. What a great, incredible football game by the Norwalk Warriors there. The ebbs and flows of a football game. It just doesn't get any better than that. That's fantastic stuff. Early in the first half with Kolaric running the ball, it didn't look like Norwalk defense had much chance of doing too much. One play in the second quarter, the defense stood up to Kolaric and stopped him in the backfield, drove him into the ground onto his backside, and that seemed to switch the tide of the game. And that's when Norwalk realized that, hey, we're here to play. We can play against anybody right now. And they sure showed it all the way through this game. Dang it. All right, final score tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for listening to me and hearing me babble. I love it. Love Norwalk football. I love being a part of this program. Score Norwalk 25, Indianola 27. Next week, Norwalk travels to ADM for their first district game. that will be at 7 o'clock kickoff time. Ninth grade game will be played on Thursday at 8 a.m. and the JV will host ADM on the following Monday. The week after that is Norwalk's homecoming on the 18th, where we host the Perry Blue Jays. The community pep rally the night before on the 17th. Be here, watch the king and queen crowning, watch the band play, watch the dancers dance, watch the induction of past athletes and past coaches within the program here at Norwalk. So come one, come all, love Norwalk football. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for allowing me to yak tonight. And go Warriors.